Very good afternoon and a very good morning to everyone. Can you please confirm if I'm audible or not? Please confirm whether I'm audible or not. Okay. Okay. That's great. Okay. So basically, today is your first session in FlipRobo. So first of all, welcome to the internship. Right? I hope you have already received a few tasks to complete. Okay, great. Can you please confirm whether you have received your first task in the internship or not? Okay, great. Now confirm whether you are able to confirm those tasks or not. Those tasks without any taking any help from internet or from any other sources. Yeah, I know that's what basically related to MCQ questions. That's why I'm asking. Please confirm whether you are able to solve those questions on your own or not. Uh, mhm. Okay, someone is saying, okay, use Google for some task. That's great. Okay. Those who are saying, sir, I also use Google for task. Okay, required Google assistance in some questions. I use Chat GPT for some question. Okay, few are difficult, so have to reach for them. Okay, that's fine. See, basically, uh, now it is your learning phase. Okay, that's why we have given some assignment that was basically related to very basic questions so that you can judge your knowledge. Okay, you can judge your knowledge about the data science modules. Okay, what is your level? And those who are saying I'm using Google, I'm using Chat GPT, that's fine. Okay, but you would need also be independent related to these tasks because these are very basic questions. Okay, they are not hard questions, even not intermediate level questions. Okay, the questions were basically related to very basics of data science modules. Okay, so if you are taking help from Chat GPT or from Google to solve such questions, it means that okay, you have not revised or you don't have the knowledge related to the basic concepts of those modules. Okay, that's fine. If you're taking help, there is no issue. Okay, basically you can take help from internet to learn. Okay, but make sure that you are learning, you are not just taking help only to find out the answers, because if you are just using the internet, Chat GPT or any AI tools only to find out the answers and to only to submit the task on the time, then definitely it will not help you in any way. Okay, okay, so yes, I can see all the questions and I have not shared my screen yet. Okay, so please wait because I am instructing, I am basically speaking something, and once I share a screen, I will let you know. Okay, so please wait for some time. So basically the problem is here, most of you are just taking help from internet, from Google, from Chat GPT or any AI tools, or you are also like asking questions from data train. That's fine, but if you are asking question for learning purpose, then that's fine. But if you are only asking to submit the question and you are not learning, you are just marking the answers and you are submitting the task, then definitely it will not be helpful for you. Okay, okay. Now, why I'm saying, because whenever you are submitting the question, definitely you don't know the reason. Okay, you are just checking the answers. You are just checking which option is correct, what is the correct answer. But in the data science module or in any IT field, there are multiple solutions for a question. Okay, if I am talking about the coding part, okay, for a single problem statement you can write the question in several ways by using the basic terms, advanced terms, or in any another programming language, any other concepts. So there are multiple or several ways to write down the code for a single problem statement. In the same way, whenever you are working on any theoretical based question, that is basically conceptual queries, in that case also the question can be asked in many ways. Sometimes it is direct, sometimes it is indirect questions. Okay, so whenever you are only checking the answers and you are not uh, keen to learn about the reason behind those terms, those answers, then definitely it will not helpful for you, because now you are well aware about a single question. Okay, what will be the possible answers? But if I'm just changing, I am modifying the same questions, okay, same question in another way, and then definitely you will face difficulty to answer those questions. So whenever you are checking the internet or the chat gpt, try to learn about the concepts, about the methodology that is working, uh, what is means what is the reason, methodology that is basically working behind those options, those answers, or those terms. Okay, now okay, someone is saying, sir, from next time please organize online session on Sunday only, because I have 6 day working from Monday to Saturday. Okay, that's fine, but in that case you can also go through the recorded video. Okay, because we are conducting the sessions based on the availability of our team. Okay, so most of the time we are conducting sessions only on the weekends, either on Saturday or on the Sunday. Okay, but we cannot assure you that all the sessions will be conducted only on Sundays. Okay, it can be conducted on Saturdays as well, and in that case we will provide the recorded video of the same session with your we will share the recorded video of the same session with your institute, and they will upload in your profile. Okay, or whatever the account you have. Okay, so you can go through the recorded video and you can learn about the same. Okay, someone is saying, yeah, yeah, recording video will be available. Okay, sir, when we will be able to see the recorded video? So basically I cannot assure that, because today we are conducting the session. So by end of today we will share the same recording video with your institute. So you can expect that the recording video will be uploaded by tomorrow morning. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, I have already answered that question, right? Okay. Now, today we are conducting a session related to irregular expressions, and your institute has already informed us that they have conducted uh, the basic about regular expressions. So, can you please confirm whether they have conducted or not? Please confirm whether your institute has conducted any session related to regular expressions or not. Okay, someone is saying no, and most of you are saying yes. What is the reason behind this? Those who are saying no, can you please confirm whether you are attending the session on a regular basis? Because the majority of you are saying that they have conducted a session related to regular expression. Okay, great. Okay, I'm not talking about now. Okay, someone is saying now there is no session conducted by institute. I am asking about only the regular expression related session. Mm-hmm. Okay, okay, that's fine. So Before starting the regular patients, so let me tell you, now you are a part of your our company, okay, and you are working here as an intern. Okay, so intern is basically a designation which is given by a company. Okay, so whenever anyone is offering you a designation or any position related to intern, it means that they are expecting that you must have the knowledge, okay, related to the same field. For example, here you are working as a data science intern, so we are expecting the same thing, that you have the knowledge related to data science modules. Now, what are data science modules here? Like Python, and in the Python there are several libraries, right? Seaborn, Matplotlib, NumPy, Pandas, then SQL, okay, machine learning, right? Stats. So I hope you must have the knowledge about the same modules, okay? Because here if you are working as an intern, definitely we will give you some task, okay, and during the internship you cannot expect that we will provide the solution, okay. We will provide you the help with the approach to solve the problems, okay, given by us, but we will not help you with the exact solution, okay. Also, we are not going to explain you everything from the detail, basically related to the Python, related to the basics of Python or basics of SQL, machine learning, okay, because your institute has already informed that they have conducted several sessions to explain all these modules in detail, right? So it means you must have the knowledge, right? So today we are going to explain about the regular expression in deep, okay, where we will give you some examples. I hope someone is saying no regular expression session is conducted, someone is saying only they have taken only for 5 or 10 minutes. That's fine, okay, because here we are going to explain in detail. Second thing, whenever we will give you any task to complete, okay, we will give all the instructions along with that task. For example, what will be the deadline, what will be the procedure to submit the exam, okay, what will be the consequences. So whenever we are giving any task, we are providing all the details. So first of all, go through the instructions, go through the details related to that specific task, read it, okay, understand them, and then after that start working on them. Clear? Now, because in the first the task that I have given, okay, we notice that most of you are submitting after the deadline, okay, most of you are submitting the task after the deadline. I don't know what is the reason, because the number of questions were very less, plus the level of the question was very easy, okay. So we were not expecting that you will take more than the given time, but yeah, it is repeated. So in that case, from next time onward, if anyone is submitting late, okay, without any extension provided by us, in that case the same task will not be submitted, and you will get zero performance. Means basically, whenever we are giving any particular task, any assignment, any project, anything, okay, we are calculating your performance based on what you have done in that task, okay, whether you have copied or pasted from Google, from AI tools like ChatGPT, okay. On the basis of the plagiarism, we are also deducting the marks, okay. Third thing, if you are not submitting the projects or the task on the given time, in that case we are also deducting the marks, okay, because in any company if you are working, there is deadline, okay. A deadline means you need to submit the given task on or before the deadline. Mhm. Don't worry, someone is saying submitted from UK different time zone. For the different time zone, definitely we will consider the difference between the time zones. Okay. But again, if we are giving 48 hours, right? Whatever the time we are giving, for example, I'm giving at here at 1 p.m. So basically in UK, the time will be around 6 or 7 a.m. right? So you can calculate the same 48 hours from the same time. Basically, we are giving the deadline whenever we are giving the time, whenever we are giving the date, it means the deadline is 11:59 p.m. as per Indian Standard Time. Okay, for example, today is 2nd of December, right? And I'm giving a task and I'm saying that deadline is 6th of December. So it means you can submit the task before 6th December 11:59 p.m. as per Indian Standard Time. Okay, and you can say that you can see that, okay, what is the time zone in your case? Basically, there is a difference between 5 or 6 hour in Indian Standard Time and the UK Standard Time, right? Okay. Mm, okay. Someone is saying we have to submit answers only or entire solution. So if the task is given, basically when like the last task was related to MCQ, so in that case the MCQ is fine, the options are fine. But whenever we are giving any another task where you need to write the code, whenever where you need to do some calculations, you need to use the mathematical calculations to get the expected output, in that case you need to write the whole solution, not only the last answer. Okay, you need to do all the tasks step by step. Okay, someone is saying, just wait a minute, someone is saying if wait, okay, but we will get less time if we stick to IST time. It is the difference 5.5 hours. So basically if you are saying it is 5.5 hours, can you please let me know how you are getting the less time? You are working in UK time, right? So if I'm giving time, if I'm giving a task at 1 p.m., then it means for your country, the time is around 7 a.m. in the morning, right? So in the same way, if you're submitting at the 11:55, 11:15 or 12 a.m. in the morning, it means you can also reduce the 6 hours. So if I'm calculating here, so a time zone you are saying, right? So as per the time zone for the Indian, okay, for the India, the time is 12 p.m., but for you it is 7 a.m. So in the same way, we are giving the equal time. The time zone is difference. It doesn't mean that we are giving less time. Okay. So whatever you're saying, it does not make any sense because you are giving you are getting the equal time to submit the answers. Okay. We are not giving any another time zone. Like for UK time zone, there is a different time limit. For IST, different time zone. For US, there is a different. No, there is no difference. Okay. You just need to calculate your time as per the difference in the time zone. Okay. Okay, someone is saying because morning we have to go job. So basically you need to understand that if you are working in UK doesn't mean that you are only you are going to job. Okay, those who are working in India at 1 p.m. basically they are already in a job. So everyone is working in like 9 to 10 hours in a shift or 8 to 9 hours of shift, right? It can be changed. So basically if I'm giving in the morning, you will get so for example, if I'm giving a task in the 8 a.m. in the morning as per the Indian Standard Time, definitely you will receive the project in night, right? So those who are Indians, they are basically at that time they were going to offices, they are going to their work, but you are sleeping, right? So somehow they have to manage. That's why we have given work from home, and we are not expecting you to give around 8 to 9 hours per day. We are giving only 3 to 4 hours, right? That can be manageable. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, so try to complete the task, okay, and submit it before the given deadline. Okay, so you just need to see the difference between the time zones, okay, because if you are putting the difference, like if you are giving the exact time as per the time zone, then definitely it will be difficult. Like earlier in UK, it was the difference around 5.5. Now it is increased by 1 hour, right? So there is a difference between the time zones, and it will be confusing for others. Okay, here because we are from India, but it doesn't mean that all the students are from India only or all the students from UK only. Okay, so that's why you just check your time zone difference. Okay, your internship number is basically DS1 2311. Okay. Okay, that's fine. So just wait and let me share my screen. Okay, so that we can start about the regular expressions. Okay, but before that, can you please let me know what is the use of regular expressions? Why we are using the regular expressions? Anyone? Someone is saying I used my batch number 0523. I think you are talking about the batch number that was provided by your institute, right? But now you are not a part of your institute. Here you are working as a part of our company, Pliprobo Technologies. Okay, so you cannot expect that. For example, if your roll number in your college was something, then it doesn't mean that your employee ID will be same, right? In your institute, that is basically Data Trend Education Private Limited, you are working as an student, right? So they have some unique ID. It can be roll number, enrollment number. But if you are working here, okay, then definitely the batch number will be changed, everything will be changed. Someone is saying if any kind of task is given by company and I have done by 1 day ago and I have to spare day, then that spare day what I have to do after that check-in. Because see, basically whenever we are giving any task, we are giving to whole batch. Okay, we are not giving to any individual student. Okay, so in that case, if you are able to complete the task 1 day before, then basically you have spare time and you can invest in the learning. Okay, you can learn, you can revise the concepts, you can learn new things from using Google, Chat GPT. And if you need any kind of help, you can also connect with us. Okay. Okay. Okay, someone is saying, okay, it is used for text manipulation. It is used to see if a string contains such pattern. Okay. Regular expression is used to match a pattern. It is a powerful tool for power matching and text manipulation. Okay. There's a sequence of a character that define a search pattern that are often used. Okay, so that's correct, because see, regular expressions basically it can be used in any programming language. Okay, it can be used in any programming language, and in the similar way, we are also using in the Python. Now, the regular expressions is basically used to find out the patterns, to manipulate them, to find out them. Okay, so for that we are using basically the regular expressions. Now please wait and let me share my screen. Okay. Okay, someone is saying, okay, regular expression are a sequence of character. That's fine. They are often used to find a specific text within a large body of text. Okay, but they are also used for validating so many things. Okay, they are not limited only for the text matching. Okay, now wait and just let me share my screen. Okay, can you please confirm? Can you please confirm whether my screen is visible or not? Okay, great. Okay, great. So basically, whenever we are talking about the regular expressions, so regular expressions are basically in short form, it is known as the regex. Okay, I hope you have heard about, even whenever we are importing the library, we are using the regex, okay, instead of the regular expressions. Okay, someone is saying it is not visible. Can you please let me know whether the screen is visible to or not? Kulesh, can you please confirm? You have mentioned no, sir. Please confirm so that we can proceed ahead. Okay, great. So Basically, regular expression in short form, we are also known, we also use to express the regular expression as a regex. Okay, regex is a short form of regular and expressions. Okay, now if you're talking about what is regular expression, so basically in normal term, regular expression is a pattern. Okay, pattern basically that we are creating to find out, to find, to manipulate any data. Okay, and whenever we are writing a pattern, okay, there is some regular expression engine that is known as regular expression engine, and it used to match the given input. Okay, for example, there is some pattern. What is pattern here? Can anyone please tell me what is the meaning of pattern? Mhm. What is the meaning of pattern? What is the meaning of pattern? Okay, some was saying similar things. No, specific line. Okay, it is a structure way. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, symmetry, human made design. Okay, okay. So basically, here I'm talking about the pattern. So basically, pattern is a combination. Okay, pattern is basically a combination of different things so that we can identify a particular value or any particular data. Okay, so here if I'm talking about the pattern in the regular expression, so basically it's a combination of different things. Okay, so whenever we are writing a pattern, whenever we are creating a pattern, so we are basically taking so many references, okay, so many things, so that we can identify a particular text or value. Okay, so now here you can say it is clearly mentioned that the regular expression of often abbreviated regex, okay, and they are the powerful tool for pattern matching and text manipulation. Okay, now they provide a concise and flexible way to search, extract, and manipulate a string of text based on a specific pattern. So basically, for example, you have used notebook, right? Notebook in your laptop, right? So if I want to find out any kind of values, if I want to find out, for example, I want to find out any value, so what we are doing, we are using the control F as a shortcut, and we are providing some input. Based on the input, my machine, what it is trying to do, it is basically searching the same input, okay, within the whole data, and whenever the data is matched, it is giving some output. Okay, means how many number times the same or exact value is present within the whole data, right? Then after that, we are also, there's another method that is basically search and replace. So what we are doing, we are searching, and then after that we are giving another value so that we can replace the value whenever it is matched, right? So in the same way, we are using the regex. So in the notepad, if I am talking what is the basically methodology that is working behind, so the methodology which is working behind the notebook or the Google search engine, basically that is regular expressions. Okay, they are more powerful as compared to normal regular expressions, right? Now whenever you are searching on internet, for example, anything related to Python, SQL, so what they are doing, they are searching the same pattern in their database. Okay, they are searching the same pattern in their database, and wherever the same pattern is matched, they are giving the output. Okay, so Google search engine, what it is doing, it is checking the same data. Okay, it is checking the input whether it is present in their database or not. If it is present, they are just listing down in your web page. Okay, so now here, how a regular expression can be complex and tricky to work with, because whenever the main important thing in the regular expression is pattern, how you are creating a pattern. If you are not able to create a pattern, definitely it will be difficult for you to find out your expected input or expected output. Okay, so that's why here the regular expression, in regular expression, the pattern can be as easy as possible, and it can be as complex and tricky as possible. Okay, because as I have already mentioned in the pattern, we are basically taking so many things. Okay, we are collecting, we are combining so many things so that we can create a pattern. Okay, now it is essential to understand that the syntax and behavior of regular expressions before using them. Okay, Python's RE module. RE is basically a module like you have already used uh, NumPy, Pandas, Seaborn, Matplotlib, Scikit-learn, so many, right? You have learned so many modules. In the same way, there is one more library that is basically RE. Okay, that is basically representing the regex in Python, and it provides a set of function and methods to work with the regular expressions, right? And I hope you have heard about these four methods. Anyone? Search, match, find all, and sub. Can you please confirm whether you have heard about these four methods or not? Okay, great. Someone is saying I have not heard. So basically you have missed some classes. Okay, because majority means I'm saying more than 95% are saying they have already heard it about the same. Okay, that's fine. So here, basically in the regular expression, these are the four most common used methods. Okay, that can be used anywhere. Basically, I can say that they are the building blocks. Okay, now which make it easier to leverage their power within your Python code. Okay, now regular expressions are instruments in extracting information from text such as log files, spreadsheets, and even textual document. Okay, so those who are saying only text document, so it is not limited to text document. Okay, even you can find out you can find out the values in Excel sheet, right? You can use Control F and you are able to find out, right? You can replace them. So regular expression is not limited only to the text data. They can also be used on the spreadsheet, on documents, on websites, right? We are using so many places. Now regular expressions are also used in various tasks such as data pre-processing. I hope you have heard about the data pre-processing, right? Before building the model, we are doing feature engineering, we are doing pre-processing. Okay, at that time also we can use the regular expressions. Now rule-based information mining system means the data in data science. What we are doing, we are basically extracting some data, we are extracting information, we are collecting the data, right? So while collecting the data from any website, from any web API, you can also use the regular expressions. Okay, now pattern matching done. Now text feature engineering, web scraping, and data extraction. Okay, we can use the regular expressions in various fields. Okay, so it is not limited only to the text data, only to the uh, finding and manipulating the data. Clear? Okay, now we have some examples. For example, below are some example where regular expressions can be used, like searching and replacing in text file. Done. Now, validating text input such as password and email address. Whenever you are passing any credential to log in or sign in on any websites, so what they are doing, they are checking the data, right? They are checking whether the given credential and means your username and the password is correct or not. So how they are doing, basically they are also, for example, you are writing your email address, okay, any xyz at the rate gmail.com, and you are making any mistake in the Gmail. Okay, instead of the Gmail gmail, you are writing gmoil, you will get an error. Okay, how they are giving the error, basically they are doing the same regular, they are using the regular expressions to find out whether the given email address is in a correct format or not. Okay, in the same way the password, right? In the password they have some rules. For example, they are saying okay, you can create a password by using the small letter case, capital letter case, right, numbers, and only using the underscore. So if you are using any another symbol, in that case they are saying okay, this is not a valid password. Okay, please make changes as per the given rules, right? So how they are able to identify, because they are using the regular expressions. Okay, so if the pattern, whatever the pattern they have mentioned, if your given input is not matching, then in that case they will give you error. Okay, so we are also using the regular expressions to validate the password and the email address. Okay, now rename 100 files at a time. For example, there are different files and I want to change their extension. I can do that by using the regular expressions. Clear? Now, okay, so done. Now we are moving ahead and we will learn how to use the regular expressions in Python. So here, whenever we are talking about the regular expressions, so what we need to do? First, we need to import the libraries. Okay, so to import the regular expressions in Python, there are two methods. First one is import RE. If you are directly using the import RE, then you will be able to import the regular expressions library to work with different things, okay, to work on different data and to use the methods and the function of your regular expressions. Now the second approach is basically import regex as RE. Okay, both first one, this one, and this one, both are working in a same way. There is no difference between these two libraries, both are same. Okay, but you can directly use the regex RE, sorry, import RE, or you can mention import regex as RE. Okay, clear? Now, if you want to know about the regular expressions, so you can use print help RE. Help is basically a method in Python so that you can find out all the information related to that particular library. Okay, so here you can see there are so many libraries, so many versions. What is the current version? Okay, what is the file name? What are the different methods? Okay, so many means you can get all the information related to the uh, any particular library or any particular module you can get by using the help command. Clear? Okay. Okay. Now, now I want to find out how many methods are there. Okay. Can anyone please tell me what is the difference between for loop and while loop? Anyone? Can you please tell me what is the difference between while loop and the for loop? For loop is used when the number of iteration is known. That's fine. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, everyone is only giving answers about the for loop. What is why we are using the while loop? Okay, so basically for loop we are using till we are aware about the number of iterations, okay, or the length of the iteration. Okay, but in case of while loop we are using while loop till our until the statement is false basically. Okay, while is used until the given statement or the given condition is false. Okay, for example, if we are giving any conditions, okay, and if the condition is true for the indefinite time, then your while loop will run for the indefinite time. Okay, so that's why whenever we are using the while loop, so we can say that when the number of iterations are not known, only the condition is given, in that case we can use the while loop. But for the for loop, the number of iterations are basically already fixed, or we are already aware about the number of iterations. Okay, yeah. Okay, ending point. Okay, there. there is no ending point in while loop when condition is true. Yeah, only when the condition is true, right? Okay, so basically what we are doing here we are using the for loop. Okay, and for here I'm using the for loop. I is basically my iterator, or you can say my object, and in is basically used, it is a basically a method, or it's a keyword, sorry, it's a keyword which is used to find out whether a value is present in a specific thing or not. So here what we are doing, we are using the dir is basically used to represent the directory. Now it will inside the dir I'm passing the regular expressions. Okay, so whenever we are using the for loop, so it will give you the all the methods, number of methods which are present inside the regular expression directory. Okay, so whenever we are taking the length of it, okay, whenever we are taking the length of it, so here just wait. Okay, so here it is showing 58. Okay, just wait, I think there's some. Okay, so there are 58 methods are present inside the regular expressions which we can use. Okay, now one more thing, it can be also changed because it depends on the updated library which you are using. For example, if you are using the updated version of Anaconda Jupyter Notebook, so there may be some methods are deprecated or some new methods can be introduced. Okay, so in that case the length here can be changed, it can be 58, it can be 59, or any another value. Okay, so if you are getting any other value, so please do not worry about the same, because it depends on which kind of version, okay, which version of the Anaconda Jupyter Notebook you are working. Okay, for every Anaconda Jupyter Notebook there are some methods are, they are deprecating, they are modifying, they are introducing some methods. Okay, so the number can be different. Okay, now we are talking about the meta characters. Okay, so whenever we are talking about the regular expressions, so there are two or three most important thing which we are using to create the patterns. Okay, and one of them is meta character. So basically if I'm saying what is meta characters, so meta characters are some characters that has some special meaning. Okay, now for example, here you can see, can anyone please tell me why we are using these terms? Why we are using these terms in Python? Okay, why we are using these highlighted terms in Python? What is the meaning of it? Any one of you, can you please tell me what is the use of these three terms in Python? Okay, that's fine, arithmetic expression or operators, but I'm talking about the specific one. For example, there is one now. Here the star symbol is present. Okay, why we are using the star symbol? Okay, someone is saying start, end, and in between terms. Okay, and can you please, the person who is saying Pawan, can you please tell me how you are finding out the star to how you are using the star symbol in Python to start the value, to find the starting of the value? I know where you are basically how you are answering the question, but I'm talking about the Python, not I'm talking about the regular expressions. I know you have already checked the use of star symbol. So can you please tell me how you are using the plus operator to start, to end, or you are using the pipe operator, or you are using the star symbol? Okay, someone is saying star is basically used for multiply. That's fine. Okay, plus is used, plus symbol is used for addition. That's correct. And the okay, the pipe operator is used for the either or. Okay, means either or the condition. That's fine. Okay, now, but if I'm talking about, yeah, double star is used for the power. That's correct. Okay, but here, yeah, but if I'm talking about these terms, okay, so here the star is used for the multiplication. Okay, single star is basically used for the multiplication. If you are using two star, it means it is representing the power. The plus symbol is used basically if you are using the plus symbol with the string, then it will concatenate the string. Okay, if the plus symbol you are using within between two strings, then it will concatenate the string. If you are using between two integer values, then it will take a sum of it. Clear? Now the pipe operator, last one is pipe operator. Basically the pipe operator is used to find out, to give the either or, in either or operation, means whenever we want to give two conditions. Okay, but the same thing, the same symbols in regular expressions have different meaning. Okay, they are not the same, they are working, their methodology is not same as in the Python, whereas the regular expression is basically a library in Python, right? But also they have different rules. So that's why we are introducing the meta characters. So meta characters are basically special characters, like here star plus operator, and they have some special meaning which is basically used to create a pattern, and they affect, means they have some rules, they are used for to identify some terms. Okay, and on whenever we are using them, so we are creating a pattern in a different way. Okay, now here, can anyone please tell me what is the use of this symbol in Python? Anyone? What is the use of this symbol in Python? Okay, someone is saying for exponential raised to the power. Okay, start searching from beginning. Again, I am saying the person, okay, the person who is checking the values, who is giving me answer by looking on the internet, your answers are basically not acceptable. And again I'm saying, okay, because you are just you are running a race, okay, where you want to just win the race at any cost, doesn't matter whether you have a knowledge or not. You are just checking the internet, you are good to use the internet, but you are not good to learn anything. Okay, you are not a good listener, because I am asking what is the use of caret symbol in Python. You are searching for the regular expressions. Okay, so you are basically searching blindly on internet. That's what I'm saying. I have mentioned right in the starting of the session, there are few students, those who are searching on internet only to get good marks. You will be, I will give you 100 out of 100. Okay, just take it and just run behind the companies and they will not hire you. Why? Because you got the marks by searching on internet, but you don't have the knowledge, you are not able to answer the questions, and it will not help you in any time in your career. Okay, so instead of searching on internet, if you have a knowledge, then answer it. If you don't have, then wait, because I'm explaining everything. Clear? Okay, so basically those who are saying it is using for exponential, right? Someone is saying assignment operator. So first of all, you need to understand that the caret symbol in Python is used for the XOR operation. Okay, XOR. I hope you have heard about the XOR. XOR. Okay. Uh, for example, I'm using two. Sorry. Can anyone please tell me what will be the answer of this code? 2 caret 3. What will be the answer? Here I'm writing as a Python code. Okay, 8 8 8 8. Okay, great. It is 1. So everyone is saying 8. It is 1 only. Can you please tell me why it is 1? Okay. Those who are saying 1, can you please tell me how it is 1? Those who are saying 8, their answers are basically incorrect. Okay, someone is saying 3 minus 2 is equal to 1. Great. Can you please let me know where I'm using basically uh, any like subtraction operation here? And those who are saying mod operation, can you please tell me where I am using? Because for the mod there is a different symbol. Okay, for the subtraction there is a different symbol. So can anyone please tell me? For example, you are saying subtracting, right? Now what will be the answer? The answer is 6. Now we are adding it. And now what is the use of the mod here? Python is not ignoring any decimal value here. You need to understand that. That's why I'm asking. Okay, those who are searching on internet, those who are saying it is a performing mod operation. Can you please tell me what will be the mod value if you are using the mod operator between 2 and 4? What will be the output? You are using right mod, you are saying, right? It is 2, it is not 6. Now can you please tell me how it is 4, how it is 2? Because as per the mod value, it should be like 6, it should not be 6, right? Those who are saying subtracting, now tell me how it is giving 6 here. Okay, someone is saying power, that's fine. If you're taking 2 power 4, it should be 16, it should not be 6, because 2 power 3 is 8. So 2 power 4 cannot be 6 in any case. 2 power 4 means we are multiplying the 2 4 times with itself. 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. 2 multiply by 2 multiply by 2 multiply by 2. It should be 16, it should not be 6. Okay, someone is saying, Rachia, you are saying 2 plus 2 plus 2. So basically 2 is basically I'm repeating 4 times. So 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, it should be 8. How it is 6? And why you are using the plus operation here? Can you please tell me why you are adding the 2 only 3 times? Because here 4 is mentioned. Then either add 2 plus 4 or add 2 4 times with itself. Anyone? Okay. So basically here I'm talking about the XOR operation. Okay. XOR operation means, just wait. Here I'm talking about XOR operation. Okay. And whenever we are talking about the XOR operation, that's why I'm saying it is very important for you to understand what is the use of every symbol. If you're just using blindly, definitely you will understand, okay, I'm getting the output, but you're not getting the correct output. Okay. And you will not be able to answer such questions. You are saying 8, the interviewer will tell you, okay, your answer is incorrect, right? And he or she will change the value, again you will not be able to answer the questions. That's why I'm saying, instead of searching on internet, first understand them. Okay, now whenever we are talking about XOR, okay, so XOR is basically used to add the values, but not in the form of decimal values or in the form of whole number. Okay, they are adding the values by taking them in a binary format. Okay, so now how the can be written. So if I'm talking about how the 2 can be written in the binary format, okay, so it should be 0 0 1 0. That is basically the binary representation of 2. Now I'm talking about 4. What is the binary representation? So here the binary representation is 0 1 0 0. This is basically the binary representation of 2 and 4. Okay, now if I want to use the XOR, in that case what is happening? Okay, if any one of the output, okay, if any one of them, for example 0 and 0, now we want to add the values. Okay, we want to add 0 plus 0, it is 0. Okay, 0 plus 1 means if any one of the bit, means here I'm talking about the binary, right? 0 1 0 1 0 0 1 0 0. Now if we are adding the values vertically, okay, in that case if any one of the values 1, then the output will be 1. Okay, so what will be the output of this formula? The output will be 0 1 1 0. Okay, that is basically a representation of 6. Okay, so that's why, because it is in binary format, Okay, so it will set each bit to 1 only if any one of the two bits is 1. Okay, means if 1 0 is there, then the output will be 1. If 0 1, output will be 1. If 0 and 0, output will be 0. If 1 and 1, output will be 0. Okay, so here for the 0 0 0, for 1 0 it is 1, for 0 1 it is 1, for 0 0 again it is 0. Now the representation of the 6 is in the binary format is 0 1 1 0. That's why it is 6 here. Okay, now in the same way, if I was talking about the 3, right? Okay, I was taking the 3 here. At that time it was 1 only. Why? Because the representation of the 3 is 1 1. This is the representation. Okay, and as per the XOR, if any one of the term is 1, then only it will be the output 1. So 1 0 1 1. Okay, output should be 0 1. What should be the value? 1. Okay, now for 1 1 it should be 0. Okay, for 0 0 it should be 0, for 0 0 it should be 0, and 0 0 1 is basically the representation of 1. Okay, so that's why here we are using the XOR. Okay, we are not using the power term here. Okay, for the power we are using double star. So here you can see here. 8. Okay, so this is the basic difference between the XOR. Okay, so whenever you are using any particular operator, any particular method, you must have the knowledge about the same. Okay, so that you can justify your answer. This is the rule. Someone is saying we are adding 1 and 1, then how 0 comes? Because you are not adding the value as a whole number. Okay, where the base is 10. Here we are adding the values when the values are in basically in binary format, and in the binary there are only two possible outcomes, either 0 or 1. There are no third outcome. Binary means two only. Okay, two possible outcomes, either 0 or 1. Okay, there is no 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. No, there are only two possible outcomes, either 0 or 1. Clear? So that's why if we are adding in the XOR, for there is different rules. XOR, okay, then after that AND, okay, OR operator. So many things can be done in the binary format, whatever the operations you are performing on the normal values. Okay, not shifting, not shifting, so many things are there. Okay, so that's why Boolean algebra. No, Boolean algebra is a different thing. Yeah, in the Boolean algebra, again, there are two possible outcomes, but they are always talking about the true and the false. Okay, but by using the true false you cannot create any number, but the binary representation is a different. Okay, and your computer, your laptop basically understand only the binary format. So whenever you are working on a computer, they are basically translating whatever you are typing in English, Hindi, Japanese, Chinese, any language. They are translating into the machine understandable format, which is basically a binary representation. Clear? Okay, now leave it. Then now we are talking about there are different methods here. Okay, in the dot, sorry, now meta characters are done, right? So meta characters are also called as operators in Python. They are also known as signs, or also known as symbols. Okay, now we are going to learn about different meta characters that have some special meaning. For example, dot. Okay, so in the Python, dot is basically used to call the function or any method in a particular library. For example, I want to use list dot append. We are using the dot value to call or to use any particular method in a library, right? Or in any module. Okay, but here the dot is basically used to match any character except your new line character. And how the new line character is represented in Python? In the Python, the new line character is basically represented by \n. I hope you have heard about it, right? Right. Okay, so it will, if if number of things are there. Okay, so it can match everything except your new line character. In the same way, caret, which is also used as a XOR in Python, it matches only the pattern at the starting of the string. For example, I want to there is a paragraph, okay, and I want to find out any particular term which is starting with capital D. Okay, in that case I can use the caret. In the same way, dollar is basically used to find out at the end of the string. For example, I want to find out any string which is ending as, okay, which is ending as I can say alien. Okay, for example, there is a statement, okay, and I want to find out that statement which is ending with as alien word. So in that case I can use the dollar here. Okay, now star symbol, that is also known as asterisk. So basically it is used in Python for the multiplication, and whenever you're using more than one, then they have different meaning. But for the regular expressions, it is used to match zero or more repetitions. Okay, zero means either it is not present or it can present in any number. Okay, so I want to find out whether the data science is present or not, whether if it is zero repetition or more than zero, then in that case I can use the star symbol. Okay, now plus is used for one or more. If it is not present, it will not give output. If it is present, then the at least present. Repetition means how many times it is present. Okay, what is the frequency? So here the number, the at least it should be present one time. Okay, and then after that there is no upper limit. In the same way, the question mark is used. So basically here it is used only for the as a boolean value, either it is present or not. Okay, so it will match 0 or 1 repetition. Okay, minimum is 0 and the maximum value is 1. If it is more than 1, in that case we cannot use the question mark. Okay, so 0 or 1 occurrences, for 0 and 1 occurrences we are using the question mark. Okay, in the same way, next meta character is square bracket. Can anyone please tell me why we are using the square bracket in Python? Any one of you? Why we are using the square bracket in Python? Okay, someone is saying arrays. Okay, someone is saying creating list. Okay, it is used in list for list. That's correct. So basically, square brackets are used as the representation of list. They can also be used to create a list. Okay, so but here in the square brackets, if we are writing anything, okay, so it means they are indicating as a set of characters. For example, I am writing, okay, I am writing flip robo. Okay, I am writing flip robo. It means if flip robo is mentioned inside, okay, just wait a minute. Here for example ABC is mentioned, okay, then in that case it will match either A, either B or C character within the whole data. Okay, it means if any one of them is present, then it will give the output. Clear? If any one of them is present, then it will give the output. It means here we are using the OR operator between them. If ABC is present, then that's fine. Okay, so they are basically using the OR between all the given set of characters. Clear? Now pipe operator, basically pipe operator in Python is used to for the either and or, and in the same way we are using in the regular expressions so that we can give multiple patterns or multiple conditions, okay, by using either operation. Okay, not especially one or two, we can give more than 2 or 3 conditions as well. Okay, now square bracket, okay, sorry, backslash. Okay, it is not a square bracket, basically here backslash. Okay, so basically in regular expressions, okay, in regular expression, backslash are used to escape a special character, or they are also used to create a special character. For example, whenever we are using backslash n, okay, so backslash n is basically a special character that is basically created by putting the backslash value, okay, before the n. And what is the meaning of backslash n? It is used for the new line character in Python. Okay, it is representing the new line character. Whenever we are using the backslash n, it means there is a new line character. Okay, so in the same way, if we are writing, if we are using the backslash before any particular value or symbol or data, then it means it is using it. We are basically using that particular word, number, or any value as a special character, and it has some different meaning. Okay, if I'm removing the backslash here, okay, then it is basically normal n. Okay, the n is basically a alphabet, basically, which is in small letter case. But whenever I'm using the backslash before the n, then now it has a different meaning. Okay, so here the backslash is used to escape a special character, or it is used to create or signal a special sequence. Okay, clear? Now here the square brackets again, but inside the square bracket we are using the caret symbol. Okay, we are using the caret symbol. What is the meaning of it? Anyone? Basically, if we are using the caret symbol inside the square bracket, it means it will match anything except the character. For example, here if I'm writing ABC and before that I'm using the caret, it means it will match anything except ABC. Clear? Okay. Now, can anyone please tell me why we are using the curly braces and the what parenthesis in Python? What is the use of these two terms? Okay. Someone is saying curly for sets and dictionary. That's great. Parentheses are used for tuples. Okay. Those who are saying curly brackets are used for set and dictionary, can you please tell me what is the difference between the set and dictionary? Yeah, Ajit, your answer is also correct because we are using the parenthesis after any method name to call the function, or it is also representing that the particular value is the function. Mhm. Okay, dictionaries has keys and values and sets don't have. That's correct. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so here the curly braces. Okay, here if I'm talking about the curly braces, so curly braces is basically used to give the exact number of occurrences. For example, I want to find out if any value is occurred or repeated 5 times, then in that case I can use the curly braces. But if I'm talking about the parenthesis, then we are using basically whatever the regular expressions we are matching, it is basically used as a group. Okay, it is used as a group. In the square brackets, it was basically taking as a single value, but they were using between they were using or in between those terms. Okay, now now we are taking one example, a string. Okay, here we are getting one string, and where I have mentioned hello data science 1. Okay, hello data science 1. Now I want to use the find all method. Okay, I am going to explain about the find all, sub, search, and other methods, but here I am taking only example to first explain you about the meta characters. Okay, so what we are doing here, for example, okay, here we are using the ABC. Okay, here we are taking the ABC as we have mentioned here, right? Now whenever we are using the find all method, just forget about the find all method for now. Okay, what we are doing here, we are taking one string and I want to find out whether ABC is present the inside this string or not. So if we execute here, okay, if we execute here, then it will give you the occurrences where the A, B, or the C is present. So in the hello, A is not present. In the data, the A is present 2 times. That's why here the A and the A is coming, right? Then after that, C is present here in the science and 2 times. That's why here the C repeated 2 times. For example, here I'm writing B, okay, capital B. Now, now here it is giving only B. Why it is not giving capital B? Can anyone please tell me why it is not giving capital B? Yeah, that's correct. Because Python is a case sensitive, and just because this is a case sensitive, that's why the small b and the capital B are two different terms. But here we are only matching the terms that is basically A, B, C. That's why it is giving A, B, and C, C. Clear? Now, if I want to take a range of values, for example, I want to take a range of values A to P. Okay, and again I'm running it. Then here you can see H is basically coming in the range of A to P or not. No. Why? Because H is in capital letter. E, it is in a small letter and it is coming. L coming. O coming. D not coming. Okay, that is basically not in the range. A is in the range, but T is not in the range. A is in the range, right? In the same way, small b is in range, but capital B is not. Okay, capital S is not in the range, but CIE and C is in a range. Okay, so now whenever we are taking a range, so in that case what we are doing, we are basically using the hyphen between two values. So here what we are writing, inside the square bracket we are writing A hyphen P. It means we are taking a range from small a to small p. So whatever the values are present between the A and P, it will match whether these values are present or not, because here it is representing them as a set of characters, So that's why here you can say ELLOA, A B C, IENCE. These are the terms, basically those who are present inside the range of A to P. Okay, but here if I'm writing here, for example, here I'm changing the range F to P. In that case you will see the all the terms like A, E, these are not present here. Even the C is not present here. Okay, so that's why we are using the square brackets here. Clear? Now now here if I'm writing what your caret here inside the square bracket, I have mentioned here, right, matches any single character. Okay, not in bracket means F to P is present here. Okay, except these range of the values, it will check all the other values. For example, here I'm running here, so you will see here H is coming here. Why H is coming here? Because H is not in the range of this one, so it will find out, it will match all the values except the values which are present inside the F to P. Okay, so that's why capital H is not, is a case sensitive language. Okay, it is a case sensitive language. That's why here the capital H is coming. F to P, E is not in the range of F to P. That's why here now it is a blank, it is also printing the blank space. Why? Because in Python blank space has different meaning. Okay, so whenever you are writing, if you check the len, okay, just wait. Okay, so if you calculate the values here, so whenever we are creating a string, at that time the space is also considered as a value here. Okay, so that's why here it is also printing the space. Okay, because it is not in the range of F to P, capital D not in the range. Okay, someone is saying if why you are not taking capital. Okay, just wait. Now you will see ELLO. Okay, then after that D, because here the H comes in the range of F to P. Okay, that's why here H is not present. Space is there. DATA, okay, space, then BB, SCINC, and 1. Okay, so if you want to print all the values except some values, okay, and you want to pass a range here, so you can write a pattern here in this way. Okay, this is basically a pattern here, because here we are using the meta character. Inside the meta character I am using two meta character. First one is caret, second one is basically square bracket. Okay, I am combining two meta characters to create a pattern. And what is the meaning of this pattern here? Means I want to find out all the values except, okay, except the values which is basically in the range of capital F to capital P. Clear? Done? Okay. Now done. Now we are talking about the special sequences, right? We have clearly mentioned here, right? Backslash. So basically backslash are used to escape special sequences or to create special sequences. So in the same way we have some predefined special sequences, right? So what we are doing here, what we are mentioning here, a special sequence is a backslash followed by one of the character in the below list, okay, and it has some special meaning. Basically these are the predefined. So if I'm talking about what is backslash a, capital A, not small a, okay, backslash capital A, it means it will return a match, okay, it will return the value if the specific character or specific pattern, means whatever the pattern we are giving, if the specific character is present at the beginning of the string, okay. So if I am writing here hello data science, is means hello data science is a single string here, okay, hello data science is a single string here, okay, means because the whole data science, whole hello data science is present within a single double quotes, okay. So if I want to find out whether a specific character or a specific word is present at the beginning of the string, then in that case I can use backslash a. I can also use the character, okay, I can also use the caret symbol, okay. In the same way, if there is a backslash b, it means it will return where the specific character are either on the beginning or at the end of the word, okay. If it is present at the end of the string or at the beginning of the string, then it will give the output, okay. So for example here I am using r, then after that backslash b. So backslash b is basically a special sequence and ain. Okay, so if there is any string that is basically starting with AIN, then it will give the output. In the same way, here I'm writing ABAIN, then after that backslash B. It means if there is any string which is basically present at the end of the string with the AIN, then it will give the output. Clear? Okay. Now, in the same way, backslash b is just opposite of the backslash small b. Why? Because it returns a match where the specific characters are present, okay, but not at the beginning of the word or at the end of the word. Why? Because it will find out except these two places. Okay, for example, here I'm writing capital R B A I N. It means it will not find out at the starting of the string, okay, it except the starting of the string. If the value is present in between or at the end of the string, it will give the output, okay. But if I'm talking about this one, then it will not check, it will give the output except at the end of the string. Clear? Now backslash d, what is the backslash d? Basically backslash d is used to return a match where the string value contains a digit, okay, and whenever we are talking about the digit, then digit, the range of the digit is only 0 to 9, okay, and by combining these digits we are making the numbers. For example, I am writing 10, it means I'm combining two digits, 1 and the 0. If I'm writing 21, then I'm combining 2 and 1, okay. So backslash d is used to find out where the string contains digit or not, okay. In the same way, capital D is just opposite of the small d. So it will return a match where the string does not contain any digit. Okay, where the string does not contain any digit. In that case, it will give the backslash capital D as an output. Sorry, we will use the backslash G to create a pattern. Clear? Now, here if I'm talking about backslash S, so basically it is used to return a match where the string contains a white space. White space, what is the meaning of white space? This is basically a white space, okay. If any string has a white space, then in that case I can use the backslash small s, okay. Whereas if I'm using the backslash capital S, then it means it returns a match where the string does not contain a white space character. Clear? So then after that, small w, here it return a match where the string contains any word. And if I'm talking about the word, it means the characters. Character means small a to small z, capital A to capital Z, digits from 0 to 9, and the underscore. If we are using any value except these terms, then it will not be considered as a word character. Okay, it will not be considered as a word character. Clear? Okay, now capital W is basically returns a match where the string does not contain any word character. It means anything except small a to small z, capital A to capital Z, 0 to 9, and underscore is present, then it will return that specific value. Okay, now capital Z is basically return a match if it is a specific character or at the end of the string. Okay, now for example here brain memory mind head. Okay, brain memory mind head, and I'm using the pattern AIN ending with capital B. Okay, then it means it will find out whether the digit, okay, whether the string is ending with AIN or not. So here for the this one it is not ending, so it will not give me any output. Clear? Okay. now now we are going to talk about few common methods. Okay, few common methods. First one is I have already mentioned, right? Someone is saying I have not heard about four methods, someone is saying I have heard about the methods. So here we are talking about the regex functions. There are four most common regex functions. Those are basically building blocks. Okay, so here the find all is basically, here we have used the find all, right? Here we were using the find all. So basically find all is a method. Okay, is a method which we are using to find all the matches. Okay, the second method is search, third one is split, and the fourth one is sum. Okay, so now we are going to explain all these four methods in detail with different examples where we are going to take where we are going to create a pattern by using different kind of meta characters as well as the special sequences. Clear? Okay, now first of all we are talking about the find all. Okay, we are talking about the find all. So basically here we are starting with the find all. So basically the re dot find all, basically re is here representing the regex. Dot find all is a method which scans the target string. Target string means where we want to find out the specific pattern, means the whole data. Okay, target string from left to right as per the regular spacing pattern, and returns, it return all the matches, means wherever my pattern is matched it will return in the same order they were found. Okay, if nothing is found then it will give uh, it will return as a none. Okay, now we are talking about what is the syntax. So the syntax is re dot find all, inside that pattern comma target string. Pattern is basically the input value, target string means where we want to find out our value. Means for example if the whole data set is given and I want to find out a particular word, then in that case the whole data set is basically my target string, and the input value I'm passing is basically my pattern. Okay, now we want to match any specific word. So what we are doing here, first we are importing the re, import re. Now my pattern is data science stream tools and AI. So basically here I am creating a pattern which is separating by pipe operator. It means I am passing four different condition here, four different pattern. My first pattern is data science. Okay, so if I'm saying, okay, just wait. Okay. For example, now I was talking about the pattern. So pattern can be as easy as possible, and it can be more tricky. For example, I want to find out data science in this text where the data science is a stream and it is a part of AI. You can solve many complex problem using data science tools and texts. Okay, so basically this is my target string, this is my data where I want to find out the data science is basically my pattern. So here I'm creating very simple pattern which is basically directly data science. Now here I am using the re.findAll, and as per the syntax, first I will pass the pattern, then after that I will pass the text string, right? And if we are executing this code, then we will see the data science is basically present 2 times, right? Now in the re.findAll, what it is doing, it is basically finding out whether the data science is present. Data science is present, yes, present. It will print them. Is a string? No. And it is a part of AI? No. String is not matched. You can solve many complex problem, not matched. Using data science, again here it is again matched. Okay, again it is matched here. Now when it is matched, again it is printing the value. So here you can see it is printing the values in the same order it is present in your target string. Okay, earlier it was detected, so this data science is present, this data science present though, so this one is present. Now if I'm making the changes, for example here I am using data science as in small letter and again I'm executing it, then what I'm getting only the first one. Why? Because the pattern means the value should be present in the exact order. Okay, so here the data in the data science, D is in capital letter, science in science as in capital letter. The exact pattern is matched here, so that's why I'm getting the output. But if I'm looking here, okay, if I'm looking here, the whole pattern was data science. So here the data is matched, space is matched, but when we were checking about the science, then S is not in a small letter. Okay, so that's why the exact pattern is not matched. That's why it is not present in the output. Clear? Done. Okay, now now here I'm talking about the second example where we are using one meta character, which is basically our AI tool, where which is basically our pipe operator. So what we are doing here I'm giving 4 different patterns. First pattern is data science. Okay, first pattern is basically my data science. It is separated by stream. Okay, then the third pattern is tools, and the fourth one is basically AI. Okay, fourth one is basically my AI. Now if I want to find out whether the data science stream or tools or AI, any one of them is present or not, so what it will do, I'm using the re.findAll. I'm passing the pattern where I'm giving 4 different patterns. Okay, then after that the text. So here you can see first data science is detected, then it is printing. Then second one is stream is detected, done. Okay, because the second pattern was there, right? Okay, so basically here the second pattern stream was there and it is identified here. As per my second, it is detected in the second order. So it is giving. Now my third pattern was tool, but before that AI comes. Okay, and that was basically my fourth pattern. So again the AI is detected. Okay, so the AI is given. Again, it is moving ahead and the data science is detected. Again, the data science is in my answer. Then again the third condition, which was basically tools, okay, and which is basically present in the last, and it is present in my output. Okay, so here what we have given, here we have given 4 different terms. Okay, and in what order each conditions or each pattern were basically matched, they were present in our output. Okay, so re.findAll to find out the matched pattern and stored in a okay, stored in a list. Okay, and they store the values in the same order they were matched. Clear? Okay, now the second one is, for example, I want to write a regular expression to search digit inside a string. Okay, my digit is basic, my code is basically there are 123 apples and 456 oranges. Okay, and I want to, from this string I want to extract all the digits. Okay, what is the digit? 123. Okay, 456. So basically here I have to use the small d. Okay, and if I'm writing here, So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? Now, can anyone please tell me why we are using backslash d plus in the pattern? Why? Any one of you? Can anyone please tell me why we are using backslash d plus? What is the use of plus operator here? Plus, sorry, plus meta character here. Oh, that's fine to find the digit. But my question is here I have two things. First one is here the backslash d, which is a special sequence. Okay, backslash d is a special sequence, and plus is basically a meta character. Okay, someone is saying plus means searching at the end. No, I am not searching. Basically, plus is not used for the searching at the end. Okay, someone is more than one character. That's correct. Someone is saying one or more digits present. Correct. Okay, to check multiple items where string contains digit. Okay, no, your actually your answer is basically incorrect. Okay, so what we are doing here, so basically you need to understand what is the difference between these two terms. First one is basically plus I am not writing here, I am using only I am using backslash d, which is a special sequence, and if I'm executing the code, you will see the output is coming as 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5 comma 6. It means there are 6 different items in the list. Okay, in the list, because here you can see the output is basically enclosed in a square bracket. Okay, so here there are 6 different digits are there. Okay, and just because here what I'm doing here, I am using backslash d because it is used to identify or to fetch out the digits from the string. So that's why one, there are basically these are the alphabets, so here the pattern is not matched. For the one, the pattern is matched, output is there. Two, pattern is matched, output is there. Three, pattern is matched because three is again digit, done. Space, not a digit. Apple, not a digit. Space, not a digit. And is not a digit. And 4 5 6, 4 is matched, done. 5 is done, 6 is done. So that's why here 1 2 3 4 5 6 there, because here I'm using backslash d. Backslash d is basically is used to find out or to fetch the digits from the string. But when I'm combining two different things, means a special sequence and a meta character, now the definition is changed. Okay, now here the definition of the pattern is changed. Why? Because here now I am going to find out there is there any consecutive occurrence of the digit. Okay, consecutive occurrence means one or more, because the plus operator is used to find out one or more occurrence. Occurrence means continuous here repetition. Okay, one or more occurrence of a digit is there or not. So here for the there, no, are no. Now for 1 2 3, one is there, this condition is satisfied, done. Now then after 2 is present, it means one or more, right? One or more occurrence. So here the plus is there, it means there is a continuation in the digits. Okay, now then after that 3, yes, it is present again, that this condition is satisfied. Both the conditions satisfied means it is a digit and it is in a continuous repetition where the number of repetition are more than one. Okay, then after that again here space is basically not a digit, so here the condition is not satisfied. So here the condition is satisfied within the range of 1 2 3. So if we execute the code, we will get only two items. First one is 1 2 3 as a single value. Okay, because the condition between 1 2 3 is satisfying this pattern. Then after that apples, again not satisfied, not again the 4 it is a digit, done, backslash d, condition is satisfied. Then 5 is there, continue repetition, right? Continue occurrence, more one or more than one occurrence, right? After the 4 5 is present, yes, condition is satisfied. 5, after the 5 6 is present, yes, present. Now the 4 5 6 is there as the output. Clear? Now we are going to use the backslash d. Now what is the use of backslash d? Anyone can please tell me? What is the use of backslash d? Capital D. What is the use of backslash d? Okay, not digits, without digits. That's correct, except those digits. Yes. So if we execute this code, so here you can see all the characters. Okay, characters I'm saying. All the characters like THERE, then space, ARE space, again space because 1, 2, 3 is number, right? Then after that, this is spaces, then apples, APPLE, everything is present, right? Now, if you're combining this one with plus operator, then there are comes together. Why? Because for the there is no digit there, white space not a digit, r is not a digit, then after the white space again not a digit. So if you check here, my first item in the list is basically there are and white space. Then after that 1, 2, 3 is present, so the pattern is not matched, that's why it is not present in the output. After the 1, 2, 3, white space is present. Yes, white space is basically not a digit. And then after that apple, white space, and white space, done, condition matched, right? So here, even if you check here, the white space, oranges, and followed by dot. So here you can see the white space, oranges followed by dot. Clear? Okay, now the same pattern, for the same pattern. Okay. Okay, just wait. Okay, so what I'm doing here, I'm writing here 0 to 9. Okay, now I want to fetch out the values, but I don't want to use the special sequences. Can I find out? And what is the meaning of this one? What is the meaning of this one? Can anyone please tell me? Okay, basically here 0 to 9 is a range. Okay, and if we check here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is basically similar to this one, the same output I'm getting for this one and this one. I'm getting the same output. Why? Because it is not mandatory that a special sequence can be used or the meta character can be used. There are different ways to create a same pattern, to like I have already mentioned, right? In the coding, okay, there is no single solution is there. Okay, either you can use the backslash d or I can use the 0 to 9. Okay, I'm getting the same output. Here I'm writing plus. Okay, I'm getting the output. Okay, here after the plus I'm writing plus and I'm getting the output. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, same. Why? Because the pattern, every pattern has different meaning, and in the same way different, you can create the pattern in a different way to solve the problems. Clear? Yes, to fetch all the digits from 0 to 9, but when I'm putting plus, it means it is finding out the digit basic that is basically occurring more than once, means one or more repetition. That's why here I'm getting 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. Clear? Okay. Now, in the same way, here I'm taking one more input value where the ABC 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, XYZ 4, 5, 6 underscore 0. Now, if I'm applying the same pattern, I'm getting the output 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 0 because the string is changed. So again, it is fetching only the digits. Clear? Yes, you can create the range on your own, but the problem is that in the programming language, if I'm talking about the digits, so here the digit range is only 0 to 9 only. Okay, 0 to 9 only, and then after that it will take different combinations. Okay, now now what we are doing here, now we are taking one more example where we are extracting the digits from a list of a string. Okay, list of a string means inside a list number of strings are present. So here, for example, here price is basically my list where the apple cost rupees 50 is one of the string, rupees 60 for each pineapple is a second string, and rupees 150 for watermelon per watermelon is a third string. Okay, this is basically the third string. Right now, What I'm doing here, I cannot directly apply the regular expressions on the strings. Why? Because now here the strings are not independent. They are they are a, they are items of our list. So what we need to do, we need to use a for loop that will iterate over the items of list. Okay, for example, here I am writing for message in price. So here my message is basically one of the object which will iterate over the price is basically a list. Okay, so during the first iteration, apple cost rupees 50. This is my first item, which is basically in my first iteration. Now I'm using re dot find all and plus d operator. It means I want to extract the digits from the string here, and then after that I'm using message means the iteration value. So here you can see for the first iteration I am getting the output as 50, as the 50 is my output because the 50 is the digit value. During the second iteration, second value is second item of the list will be fetched, which is basically rupees 60 for each pineapple. So that's why here 60 is mentioned. For the third, 150 is there. For example, here I'm writing 150, sorry, 120. Okay, again I'm executing the same code. So here you will see during the second iteration it is giving two elements. Why? Because during the second iteration this is a single string. The first 60 is detected and then 120 is detected. That's why here 60 and 120 is present inside the list here. Clear? Okay, someone is saying for the last code. Okay, which last code you are saying? Can you please confirm this one or this one? Okay, so you are saying in this code, sorry, in this code, right? If you are using backslash d, yes, you will get the same output. Okay, I have already mentioned that here, right? Yeah, backslash d and this one, they both are giving the same output. Okay, so there's no difference between these two. Okay, about 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, just wait. So you are saying you want to replace the 0 to 9 with backslash d, right? Backslash d, right? Can you please confirm? Okay, yes, it will give the same output. Same output. Okay, there is no difference. Okay, done. Okay, now, okay, now here we are talking, here we are taking another example where we are taking a string and the string is APJ Abdul Kalam. Okay, was an Indian aerospace scientist and also known as the missile man of India. Now inside the re dot find all, I am using two different values, two different characters here. Okay, first one is backslash w. Can you please tell me what is the use of backslash w here? Can anyone please tell me what is the use of backslash w? Okay, so basically the backslash w is used, okay, to find out the words. Okay, the word character means small a to small z, capital A to capital Z, 1, 0 to 9 and the underscore. Okay, so it is used for the word character. If anything is present as a word character here, okay, so it will give the output. Then after that I'm using the curly braces. It means curly braces are used to find out the exact number of occurrence here. Okay, so what we are doing here, we want to find out the word, okay, which has the length of 6. Okay, or you can say where the word character are repeated 6 times. Okay, so here we are giving the exact number of occurrence. Okay, here we are giving the exact number of occurrence, and if we check here the output, okay, if we check the output, then here the Indian, okay, because in APJ, okay, in APJ the APJ is not a 6-digit word. Why? Because here after the APJ, white space is present, which is basically not a word character. Then in the Abdul, there are only 5 characters. Again, that there I have clearly mentioned the word should be repeated 6 times. So here the Abdul is not a part of that, because after that white space is present, which is not a word character. In the same way, Kalam, in the Kalam, okay, again 5 characters, 5 word characters are present, not. Was and no. Indian, in the Indian, if I'm saying there are 6 words, okay, in the Indian there are 6 words are there, right? So if you check here, INDIAN, so exact values are matched, means the same word character, means here the capital A, or they followed by, sorry, capital I followed by small NDIAN. Okay, it is repeated exactly 6 times. That's why here we are getting the output as a Indian. Okay, then after that in the aerospace, so here basically more than 6 digits are mentioned, but I have clearly mentioned that I want to find out only the 6 occurrences. So that's why here the AEROSP, okay, which is basically the six repetition, okay, the repetition of 6 word characters. That's why here the aerospace is there. Then in the scientist, again the number of word characters are more than 6. Okay, one more thing, someone is saying, sir, if digits are present, so for example here, okay, word digits are present, then you will see arrow, okay, arrow S123, arrow S1, basically this is one character, and then after that 2 3 pace is different character, different item. Why? Because I have clearly mentioned that it within the whole string, wherever it is finding the exact 6 number of repetition, it will give the output. So here AERO4 S1. So basically in a single word, first 6 digits are matching this pattern. Then after that, the remaining 6 digits are matching this pattern. So that's why here the same single word is stored as a 2 different element in my output. Okay, so whenever I'm talking about the word character means it can be a combination of small letter case, capital letter case, okay, then after that digits and underscore. Except these things, anything is present, then it is not a word character. Clear? Okay. R, okay, someone is saying why R is mentioned. First of all, Mr. Sore Anand, if you have asked a question one time, okay, do not try to repeat the same questions several times, okay, because you have asked the same question around 5 to 6 times, okay. If I'm explaining us any concept, or if I'm explaining any example, then first I will complete it, okay, then after that I will answer your question. If I'm not answering, it means I'm in between something, okay, and you have to wait. You are just repeating the question several times, it doesn't mean that I will just whatever I'm explaining I will left in between, and then after that first I will answer your question, okay. In that way definitely you will not be able to understand anything, okay. So next time do not try to repeat the same mistake. Okay, now if you're talking about what is R is basically representing here the raw digit, okay. R is representing the raw digit here, okay, raw string you can say, okay. Okay. Okay, now then after it, I'm taking one more example where I want to find out the exact 4 values. So here you can see all the values that are basically with the 4 are present, okay. Now then after that, what we are taking here, we are taking one more example where inside the W, okay, inside the curly braces I'm passing 4 and 6. What is the meaning of this thing, okay? What is the meaning of curly braces and 4 to 5? Then it means, Okay. Okay. Whenever we are writing anything in such a way that, for example, m comma n. Okay. M comma n means, okay, m comma n means m, okay, m to n times. Okay, if in the within the curly braces m and n, m can be any value, n can be any value, then in that case it means m to n times. Okay, for example, here I am writing 1 comma 3. Okay, so first you need to understand it. For example, here if I'm writing 4, it means I want to exact 4 occurrences. Okay, but here if I'm talking about 1 2 3, it means, okay, it means occurrence, okay, occurrence between 1 2 3. Okay, so in the same way, when I'm writing here backslash w 4 and 6, it means I want to fetch out all the elements which are repeated 4 5 or 6 times. So here if you check here Abdul, okay, Abdul is basically repeated 5 times, that's why it is present here output. But if I'm talking about APJ, it is not present here because the APJ is repeated only, there are only 3 continuous repetition, okay, of a word character. In the same way, in the kalam 5 digit done, was, not, and, not, Indian done because it is in the range of 4 5 6, aerospace, arrows. Okay, then after that scientist, in the sign also is also here because this is basically 4 times repeated. Known done, missile, MISSIL. Okay, man of India, man is not, but India is a part of it. Okay, it is basically coming in the range of 4 to 6, that's why here India is as an output. Clear? Now here we are going to extract one more, here we are taking one more example where we are going to create new pattern. So what we are doing here, we are creating a pattern. Okay, here we are creating a pattern, just wait. Okay, here we have taken this pattern, and in this pattern there are two terms. Okay, there are two terms. First term is this one. Okay, first term is basically this one. Now what is the meaning of this pattern? What is the meaning of this pattern? It means, okay, sorry, plus j is there. Okay, wait, plus j is there. Okay, what is the meaning of this pattern? It means, okay, it means any string starting with capital A and ends with capital J. Okay, the meaning of this pattern is any string starting with A and ends with J, and in between in between anything, okay, anything can be present. Okay, between anything, in between anything can represent, and anything means here A to Z, or between the range of capital A to capital Z. Okay, it is basically the meaning of this pattern. Why? Because the capital A is representing the string should be started with capital A. Then after that, here we are using the square bracket, and inside the square bracket we are using small a to small z, capital A to capital Z. It means we are taking a range, okay, of the value. Means the, if any one of these pattern is present, then it should be printed, right? Then after that, plus means one or more occurrence, and then after that j, it means any string that is basically starting with capital A ending with j, and between a and j anything can represent between small a to capital Z. Okay, so that's why if you check here, if I'm writing here, so here A P J, so here basically P is present only once, that's why it is coming in this range, in this pattern. The pattern is matched, that's why here the APJ is output. Now there is one more pattern. Okay, the second pattern is basically this one. Okay, this one, what is the meaning of this one? It means, okay, it means any string, okay, 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 any string, starting with capital A and ends with L. Okay, and anything in between, anything can be present. And okay, and here anything means, okay, anything means A to Z, okay, or capital A to Z, okay, or 0 to 9, or underscore, okay, anything can be present, because here I am using the backslash w, which is basically the representing a word character. Okay, so here what we are doing, here we are creating two patterns, okay, and they are separated by the pipe operator. And what we are doing here, we are extracting a string that is basically starting with A and ends with J, or any string that is basically start with A and ends with A L from the given string. So that's why whenever, for example, here I'm writing, okay, I'm writing 1 2, in that case you will see, okay, in that case you will see the APJ is not present, because here I have not mentioned 0 to 9. But here if I'm mentioning 0 to 9, in that case you will see AP12J as an output. Okay, AP12Z as an output. In the same way here Abdul 12_1 is our output. Clear? Because for this one my this pattern is matched, okay, my this pattern is matched, and for the Abdul 12_L my second pattern is matched. Clear? Done. Okay, now we are talking about the second parameter. Okay, the second parameter is basically split. Okay, the regular spacing pattern and the target strings are mandatory. Pattern is means the regular spacing pattern used for splitting the target string. Okay, string is basically your target, means the value where we are basically pointing out. Maximum split is the third parameter here, and the maximum split means the number of splits you want to perform. For example, there is a long sentence and I want to divide the long sentence into two different sentences. Okay, so for that I can use the split. Right now, what is the syntax? The syntax is re.split. What is the pattern? What is the target value? And third parameter is max split. Max split means in number of splits you want to perform. Okay, in how many parts you want to divide the string. Okay, for example, here I am taking one example. Here the string is 12 colon 12, 89 80 space 9 colon 89, then followed by dot. Okay, and here my pattern is basically backslash d, means I want to find out, or I'm creating a pattern for the digits, one or more occurrence of digits. Okay, then after that I'm using re.split pattern and string. It means I want to split the string wherever the one or more than one occurrence of digits are present. Okay, one or more than one occurrence of digits are present. From that place I want to split the string. Okay, so what I'm doing here, re.split pattern and string. So here 12 not a digit, colon not a digit, 1 2 1 2 is basically a number. Okay, and it is basically present in a one or more occurrence. So that's why whenever this pattern is matched and the string is split into two, so here the 12 done divided into another one, again it is presenting 89, no digits, then after that colon, yeah, no digit, 89 is a digit, that's why again the pattern is matched and again the string is divided. Now the last one is dot, so that's why here you can see there are three items are present inside the list. First one is 12 colon, okay, then after that space 89 colon, and then after that dot. Okay, so that's why we are using the split method. Okay, now we are taking one more example here. Basically India is a beautiful country, okay, and I want to split the my text at each white space character, and for the white space character we are using the backslash small s. Okay, so here you can see India is a beautiful country, and I want to split the string, and I want to store them as a list of string. Okay, so what we are doing here, capital S, sorry, backslash s, and we are dividing India is a word backslash, yeah, pattern is matched. Now split the string. Then it is stored as a single element. Again, is matched. Done. Then after divide space is present, split as a split, and store is as a single item. Again with the A, with the beautiful, and with the country. So wherever the pattern is matched, we are dividing the string. Clear? Or we are just splitting them. Clear? Okay. Now the third parameter is basically used for the max match rate, means in how many parts I want to divide my string. Okay, I want to split my string. So for example, here my target string is basically 12 hyphen 45 hyphen sorry plus 78. And now here for the pattern, I am writing backslash d. Backslash d is basically except digit if anything is present. Okay, if except digit anything is present, then it will split the string. Okay, now then after that target is string, and here I am writing max split is 1. It means during the first occurrence, during the first place where my string is matched, only that time my string will be divided. Okay, for the remaining one it will be taken as a single element. And for example, here 12 is a digit not matched, hyphen is not a digit, string is matched, and it will split the string, and 12 is considered as a single element, right? Then after that 45 is a digit, pattern not matched, plus is a digit, plus is not a digit, and the pattern is matched, but this time it will not split the digit. Why? Because I have clearly mentioned that only one time. Okay, if the pattern is matched several times during the first match, during the first occurrence, or during the first place where my pattern is matched, only that time I can split the string. So that's why here the 12 done. After that 45 and 78, the remaining values are here stored as a single element. Clear? Okay. Now in the same way, for example, here I am writing one more 45 hyphen sorry 12 hyphen 45 plus 78 hyphen underscore and 75. Okay, and here I am using the max split is equal to 2. It means, okay, it means I want to divide, okay, on two occurrences means the two places, the first two places where my pattern is matched. Okay, so here for the hyphen the pattern is matched and the string is splitted. Now for the plus, again the string is matched, again the string is splitted, right? Again the pattern is matched here, but just because I have allowed only for the two, okay, two splits, that's why the 78 hyphen 75 is stored as a single element here. Clear? Okay, done. Okay, now we are talking about another exam, another method, that is basically sub is basically, you can say that substitute or the replace method. I hope you have heard about the replace method in Python. Can anyone please tell me why we are using the replace method in Python? Any one of you? Please let me know why we are using the replace method in Python. What is the use of it? Okay, okay. Replaces a specific phrase with another specific phrase. Okay, that's fine. Match substring to replace something with the new. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Those who are saying to replace the old data to improve the mistake, okay, to replace the something with new something or something. So basically the replace means we are basically changing the existing value with the new value. Okay, that is the basically meaning of the replace. Okay, so in the same way here we have heard, here we have the sub method in the regular expression. Okay, so this method is used to find the substrings where the regex pattern is matched. Okay, whenever we are passing any pattern, if the pattern is matched, then we will replace with the new value. Okay, so that's why here it is mentioned, and it replaces the matched substring means matched pattern with a different string means new value. Okay, and if nothing is find out, then in that case it will return the original string means what is the original data is there as a output. Clear? So for example here I'm creating a variable, and here inside that I'm storing a string. And what is this? This function replaces spaces by assigned character. Okay, this is my target string. Okay, and then after that, okay, then after that I'm passing the pattern. So if you look at the what is the syntax, so the syntax is re dot sub, then after that pattern is basically the value that you want to match. Then after the replacement means the value by which you want to replace the value. Okay, means the new value. Then after the string means your target variable. Okay, and the flags, there are different flags means I want to ignore some later cases or I want to add something. Okay, so what we are doing here inside the re dot sum, first I'm passing the pattern. The pattern is basically when means I want to match the spaces. Whenever the spaces is matched, I want to replace those spaces with 4 is equal to symbols. Okay, then after my target string is sub. So that's why here you can see after that this white space is present and it is replaced with 4 is equal to symbols. Then after that functions, again white space is present, pattern is matched, and it is replaced with 4 equal is equal to symbols. In the same way here, here and here, right? Now now here in the same way, for example here my pattern, I am using y is equal to rs. Okay, text is this item cost rupees 2500 and rs 300, right? Now here my pattern is basically rs, and I want to replace them with the dollar symbol. So for that what we are doing, this item cost dollar 2500 rupees. Okay, dollar $2500 and rs 3000. What is the meaning of rs here? Because here the rs is not replaced with dollar, because as per my pattern the r should be in capital letter and s should be in small letter, but here it is opposite of it. Okay, here the r in small letter and s in capital letter, that's why I'm getting the output as rs. But if I'm writing here as this one, so it will replace on all the matched patterns. Clear? Yeah, case sensitive, that's correct. Okay, okay. Now here I'm taking one more example. Here APJ Abdul Kalam as an Indian aerospace scientist, also known as the missile man of India, right? Now I want to replace all the white spaces. Okay, I want to replace all the white spaces, or in short I can say I want to remove all the white spaces. Okay, so for example here you can see 1 2 3 white spaces present between the Abdul, APJ and the Abdul. In the same way between was 1 2 3 4 spaces are there, right? So what we are doing, re dot sub. Okay, and then after that capital backslash s plus means if one or more white space character are present, then remove them. Okay, after executing this code you will see the output is all the characters are basically with each other, means we have removed the white spaces. Clear? Okay. Now in the same way, for example I want to replace the trailing spaces. What is the meaning of trailing spaces? Means the spaces which are present at the end of the string. Okay, so here you can see before the string there are some white spaces at the end of the string, right? So what we are doing here, I am writing backslash s dollar. Dollar means we we are using the dollar symbol when we want to find out whether the string is uh, ending with the specific pattern. So here, if I want to find out whether the string is ending with more than one or more than one white spaces, if they are present, then remove them. Clear? And for that, we are using this one, and then after that I'm printing it. So here you can see at the end, at the starting of both the string, okay, both the string means this is basically my actual string, okay, and if you check here at the end of it, there is white spaces are there, but after using the code, there are no white spaces because you can see, just wait, this symbol, okay, this blue line, okay, this blue color basically representing that there are some white spaces, but in the case of the last one, after removing the outlier, there are no white spaces are there. Clear? Now in the same way, if I want to remove the white spaces from the front, then in that case I can use the dollar here. Okay, clear? Okay, now I'm taking a 2 minute of break, okay, then we will resume the our class again. So, okay. So someone is saying, sir, please tell me how we are removing the spaces. Okay. So basically here you need to understand that here what we are doing here, we are creating a pattern. Okay. And for the pattern here, we are combining three different terms. First one is special sequence, which is basically backslash s. Okay. So the backslash s here is basically representing the white spaces. If I want to find out any white space in our string, so for that we are using the backslash small s. Okay. Then after that, the second term is basically your capital, sorry, your plus symbol. Plus symbol is means one or more repetition. Okay. So if I'm combining these two terms, so it means I want to find out one or more occurrence of a wide space, means one or more continuous repetition of a wide space. Okay. Then after that, dollar is there, and the dollar is basically used to find out whether any string is present at the end of the string or not. Okay. So if we are combining these three terms together, okay, if we are combining these three terms together, it means I want to find out all the occurrences whether, okay, basically it means we are writing a pattern to find out whether one or more any string is ending with one or more occurrence of the white spaces. Okay. So here you can see in the last, in the end of the string, there are basically more than one occurrence. There are basically three white spaces are present here. Okay. Three white spaces are present here, and for that we are using this one. And then after that, what we are doing, we are using double quotes, and nothing is present there, there is no space. It means all the white spaces will be removed, okay, from the end of the string. Okay. First it will find out the whether any white spaces, one or more occurrence of white space is present at the end of the string. Yes, it is present. If it is present, then we are removing them. That's why here we are using the double quotes. Clear? Clear? If I'm using a single white space, it means the three white spaces will be removed with, will be replaced with one white space. Okay. So here if you check here, there is one white space. What is the size? And for this one, what is the size? Okay. So basically this is the difference here. That's great. So what is saying, sir, I am using, okay, I'm using VS Code for practicing, not Anaconda. Is it okay? Yes, it is okay. But please, you need to understand that different tools has a different rules, right? There are some different, there is a difference in the syntax as well. So you have to modify your code as well. Okay. For example, in the VS Code, you cannot open the file by using the open method. Okay, there are some restrictions, so that's why I'm saying every tool has some kind of restrictions, some kind of API. Okay, so definitely you have to manage them. Okay, done. Okay, now here for example, okay, we have already taken, I hope I do not need to again explain this example, because in this what we are doing, we are basically replacing the one or more occurrence of the numbers with the star. Okay, so that's why here ABC 00123 is there, so 00123 is basically replaced with the star. Then after that XYZ, then after that 456 is there, basically which is a number, again one or more occurrence, it is replaced with the star. Then after that underscore, and then 0 is there, which is a number, one occurrence is there, so again it is replaced with star. Okay, so that's why here we are using the Okay, now then after that here I am using result. Okay, result is equal to re dot sub. Okay, and nodes projects Kaggle is the place for the to do the data science. Okay, so for example here what we are doing here I want to replace the nodes with the projects in this my target string. Okay, this is my target string. So what we are doing here, so if you check the output, the Kaggle is the place to do the data science projects. Clear? Okay, in the same way I'm using the sub n method. Okay, sub n method is basically exactly similar to sub method. Okay, but the problem is there. Sorry, there is one more addition is there. It is basically also giving how many times the strings are replaced. For example, here in this code, if I'm saying the at the three places star is present here, it means on the three different places the strings are replaced. But just because the string is very small, so in that case we can find out, okay, for how many places the string was matched and it was replaced. But if I have a file with of around 1 GB, okay, or the database with 1 GB where the values are basically in lakhs, okay, in that case it will be very difficult for us to identify for how many positions, okay, for how many places the values are replaced or matched, right? Because it is basically replacing it, it is not giving the value which was is replaced, right? So what we are doing, we are using the sub n method. Okay, because it will replace the value, okay, with the new value, and also, okay, after that it will also give you the number of replacement value. So that's why here if you check here re dot sub n I'm using 0 to 9 r with star, and then after that here, so here the three stars are present. That's why here the 3 is there. 3 is basically how many times the num means the replacements are made. So here the number of replacements are basically 3. Clear? Okay, now match object. What is match? Okay, so basically these are four terms. There are four different terms. First we have covered with covered, find all, then after that split and the sum. Okay, one more is remaining, that is basically search operation. Okay, but before the search we need to understand few more terms. What first one is match term. Now what is match term? So basically re dot match is a method in Python, sorry, in regular expressions that is used to match the string only at the target, only at the beginning of the target string. Means if there is a value, if there is a file is there and I want to find out any value, then it will match the pattern only at the beginning of the string. Okay, and if the string is matched, then in that case it will give you the output. And what will be the output? Output will be the starting index value of the matched pattern and the end index value, okay, plus which value was matched. For example, okay, here in the target string I have clearly mentioned that Virat is a cricket player who was born on November 5, 1988. Okay, and in that I am using the pattern that is basically D4. It means I want to find the occurrence of digit, the four occurrence, the four continue occurrence of a digit, and in the target string. Right now it is giving none. Why? Because basically here the 1988 is a continue repetition of a digit, and if you check here there are exactly four repetitions are there, four number of occurrences are there, right? Four occurrences are here, but still it is giving none because the re dot match will check, will match the value only at the start of the string. If it is not present at the start of the string, then it will give you none. Okay, that's why here we have clearly mentioned that the match object contains the location at which the match starts and end, means index values. Okay, if it fails to locate the occurrence of the pattern that we want to find or search, a pattern does not exist in a target string, it will give none type. That's why here the none is our answer. Okay, but here in the same way, if I'm writing here 1988, okay, okay, 1988, instead of this one I am writing the 1998 at the starting of the string or beginning of the string. Now if I'm checking here, you will see the output is there. Why? Because as per the statement, the RE match method looks for the regex patterns only at the beginning of the target string, only at the beginning of the target string, and return match if a match object if the match is found, otherwise it will return none. So here you can see earlier it was 1988 was present here, now it is present here. Now the string is matched, and here it is saying re dot matches object span is basically a method where it contains the starting index value basically 19. In Python, the index values are basically starting with 0, right? So 0, 1, 2, 3, and the 4. 4 is why? Because the last index value is not included. Okay, so to take the range of 0 to 3, it will take 0 and 4. So here the start index value and the end index value. And which object is matched? Basically 1988 is matched. Okay, and when I'm writing this 98, for example here I'm writing a white space, okay, and then after that I'm writing it again, it will give none. Why? Because at the beginning of the string the white space is present, not a digit. Clear? Not a digit. Done. Okay, now in the same way here I am writing 1 2 3 ABC is an alphanumeric number. Done. Then after that, my pattern is basically backslash w dollar. Okay, backslash w means it can contain the alphanumeric, means 0 8 small a to capital J. Okay, small a to small z, capital A to capital Z, 0 to 9, and then underscore. But when I'm writing the dollar means the digit. Okay, means it means I am writing a pattern to find the given pattern at the end of the string. Okay, but the same thing is present at the starting of the string, that's why it is giving none. Clear? Then okay, now now here again same thing, same digit, but here I'm making the changes in the pattern. Can anyone please tell me what is the meaning of this pattern? Any one of you? What is the meaning of this pattern? Okay, also I'm going to increase my pace because we have very less time left. Okay, someone is saying word. Okay, but I hope okay, someone is saying it should have one or more word characters. Okay, any another? Okay, starting off word with digit, it is not mentioned anywhere. Okay, word or numeric value, both, more than one character. Okay, see, whenever you want to understand any pattern, first see what are basically symbols, meta characters are used there. So for example, here if you check, here there are different things are present. First one is plus is there, then after that dot is there. Okay, then after that backslash w is there, then after that your caret is there. So there are four different terms are used here to create a pattern. Caret is used to find out whether a string or anything is present starting with something, right? So here caret is used. Backslash w is basically used for the word character, where a to small z, capital A to capital Z, right? Dot is basically used to find out anything except the line character. And then the plus one is basically used for the one or more occurrence. Okay, so here if I want to find out what is the meaning of this, what is the meaning of this pattern, it means it is the pattern, this pattern is used to find out, okay, any word or anything that is basically starting with a word character, okay, followed by anything except the line character. Okay, it is basically, again I'm saying, this pattern is used to find a word, okay, to find a pattern, not word, find a pattern which is starting with anything. Anything means any word character which includes small a to small z, capital A to capital Z, 0 to 9 or underscore, and then after that followed by anything except line character, new line character, means followed by one or more occurrence of anything except line character, new line character. Clear? So that's why here if you check 1 2 3 a b c matched, done. Here first condition, uh it is starting with capital W basically, which is okay, which is basically, it can take 8 1 to sorry 0 to 9, small a to small b, small capital A to capital B underscore, right? So my first condition, basically my this condition, these two conditions are satisfied, right? It is starting with anything. Then dot means anything except the line character, and it is basically one or more occurrences. So anything means it can include symbols, it can include white spaces, it can include anything except the new line. New line means capital N, basically here backslash n. If I'm writing here, in that case you will see only this is the answer. Why? Because the backslash n is present there, then at that time the condition is satisfied only till this place. Okay, after that, the white, the new line character is present, that's why the condition, the pattern is not matched, and that's why the output is 1 2 3 a b c. White space is white space and then after that white space. So basically this is the value which is matched as per my pattern. But if I'm removing backslash n here and again I'm executing, and I'm getting the whole original string as my output. Why? Because the whole string is basically, okay, is basically satisfying the given pattern. Clear? Okay, done. Okay. Hmm. Okay, sir, what does dot means? I have already mentioned that. Okay, the dot is basically used to find out anything in the string except your new line character. Anything means it can be symbol, it can be alphanumeric characters. Okay, can be anything, even underscores, but not new line character. Clear? Okay. Now, the match object has properties and methods, okay, which we are basically used to retrieve information about the search method. Clear? Now, first one is span. You have already checked here, right? Whenever the output is given, it is basically in the span. Span is basically a method which contains the start index value and the end index value of the pattern which is matched. So basically 1 2 3 ABC is matched here. So here 1 2 3, here the starting index value is 0 and the end index value is basically 31. Okay, but just because the last index value is not included, that's why here it is taking the 32. Clear? So then after that, string is basically it returns the string passed into the function if the pattern is matched. Now the group, okay, I will explain you about this term later. Okay, then after the start is basically used to find out the starting index of the matched pattern. Okay, wherever the pattern is matched in my target string, what is the starting index value? The end index is basically the finding out the end index value, and by combining the end and start, it creates the span value. Okay, span. Now our fourth method, which is basically search method. Okay, which is basically our search method. So just wait a minute. Okay. Okay. So here search method basically looks for the occurrence of the regex pattern, means whenever we are passing any pattern, whether it is matched or not. Okay, it will check inside the entire string. Okay, but it will give you the output. For example, if I'm okay, for example, uh in a pattern, okay, there is a whole string. I'm giving a pattern, and the pattern is basically matched around at 4 different places, okay, where my pattern is basically exactly matched. But the search method will give you the output of only the first occurrence is where your pattern was matched at very first time. Okay, it will not give you details about the other matched patterns. That is basically the limitation of the search object. Okay, so here the Python re.search method look for the occurrence of the regex pattern inside the entire target string, and it returns the corresponding match object instance where the match is found. Okay, now the method looks for the first location. Again, I'm saying the method looks for the first location. Okay, means the first place where the pattern was matched. Okay, where the pattern produces a match with the string. Okay, if the search is successful, then it will return a match object. If not, then return none. Clear? Now here in the regular special, there are two terms. I have already mentioned that the pattern, okay, which is basically that we want to search. Second one is string, where we want to search, right? Now, in the search method, okay, in the search method, basically we are using the re.match object. Which object? Re.match object is used inside the re.search method. Okay, so match object is basically the basic methodology which is working inside the search method. Okay, so that's why here I have clearly mentioned the re.search method returns a match object. Okay, now for example, here I am creating I have taken a list, a string of list, sorry, a list of strings. Okay, there bananas are not only delicious pieces of fruits, they are only super healthy. Eating 2 bananas can wonders for your health, right? For example, what did you think, right? So basically this is single string, this one is basically another string, this one is another string. Okay, this one is another string, and this one is another string. Clear? Now what we are doing, we are using a for loop, and we are iterating over the list of strings. Okay, and we are using the re.search method so that we can find out whether the banana is present or not. Okay, whether the banana is present or not. Okay, now during the first occurrence, my first string is basically appeared. Now here it is checking for the bananas. So here the banana is present, but starting with the capital letter, so that's why here none is present. During the second string, again banana is not present, that's fine. During the third occurrence, there are 2 bananas. Okay, sorry, eating 2 bananas means my string, my pattern is matched, and it is giving me the index value, starting index value, and the index value, and what is the match object. So basically the match object is banana, and what is the starting value? Starting index value is 11, and the index value is 17, right? Now then after that, during the fourth iteration, again here the match is present, here the banana is present at this position. Okay, where the index value is 64 and the 70. One more thing, the person who is asking, sir, the index value is calculated here, so basically you need to understand that this is a single string. Okay, this is a single string, so for this string the index value will be starting with 0. For this string, again the index value will be starting from 0 again. In the same way, for this string, okay, for this string I'm saying, again the index value is starting from 0. Okay, so for the f is basically present at the 0 string. But if you are looking in terms of the items, then in that case this whole string is present at the 0th index of the list. This one at the first index, second index, third index, and the fourth index. Clear? Now So here, if I'm making one little change here, for example, here again I'm writing banana. Okay, sorry, okay, banana. So here basically what should be the output? Here during the third string there are two places where the bananas are present. First one, this one, and the second is this one, right? And again, if I'm executing the code, okay, then you will see for the third string it is giving me only the information about the this one, this banana. Why? Because as per the search object, okay, as per the search method will give you the value of the first position where the pattern was matched at only at the first occurrence. Okay, means it is giving me the information about the first occurrence only. It is not giving me the information about the second or third occurrence. So basically if we check here, it should be basically two times. Okay, the string is matched two times, but the search method gives you information about only the first occurrence, only about the first occurrence where the pattern was matched. Clear? Now anyone can please tell me what is the meaning of this pattern? Any one of you, can you please tell me the meaning of this pattern? And when you are explaining the meaning, please make sure that you need to consider all the terms, all the meta characters and the special sequences are used in this character, in this pattern. Okay, leave it. Okay, so here I'm going to explain because I have very less time left. Yes, starts with this, that's correct, followed by anything zero or more occurrences but except new line character, and ends with great. That's correct, Shrest Priyadarshi, your answer is basically correct. Okay, so here basically we are creating one pattern where the string should be starting with this, followed by zero or more occurrences of anything except the new line character, and the string should be ends with great. Okay, so that's why here if you check, this product is really great, and the whole string basically comes as my output. Clear? Okay, now here we are using one more example. Okay, and this is basically a new pattern where we are using something different from the last one. So what we are doing, okay, re.compile. Okay, before compile, let me tell you why we are using the compile method so that you can understand it. Okay, okay. Okay, so basically what we are doing, what is compile method? Okay, compile is basically is used when we don't want to create the patterns several times. Okay, so for example here I have clearly mentioned that, okay, the re.compile method is used to compile a regular expression pattern. Okay, it is used to compile a regular expression pattern provided as a string, and it will convert into the regex pattern object. What is the meaning of regex pattern object? Means, for example, you have seen that, okay, whatever for the different string we are creating different patterns. Okay, but if I don't want to create the same pattern, for example, I want to find out, okay, I want to find out the 3-digit value in different kind of data, and for every kind of the data I don't want to define my pattern each and every time. So what I can do in that case, I can use the re.compile method. Okay, in that case I can use the re.compile method, and re.compile method is what is doing, it is taking a pattern. Okay, it is taking a string as a pattern, and then after that it is converting into the pattern object. Okay, and once it is converting, we can use this pattern object to search for a match or a pattern inside different target string. Means for several target string we do not need to create a pattern separately. Okay, we do not need to create the pattern separately. Once it is created, we can use for the same occurrence for the same output on different target string. That's why we are using the re.compile. Here we have clearly mentioned that later we can use this pattern object to search for a match inside a different target string using regex methods such as match, re.search and other methods. Clear? Now, for example, what we are doing here, the sequence is first we are using the re.compile, basically is the method. Inside that I'm passing my pattern. Okay, once the pattern is matched, I can use this pattern with any method. Okay, just wait. For example, okay, for example, what we are doing, okay, earlier we were using this syntax where we were using re dot match. Match is basically my object name. Then after that we were passing the pattern, followed by we are passing the string, right? We were doing this thing, right? Now instead of creating the pattern several times again and again, what we are doing here, first we are using re.compile. Inside that I am passing the pattern. Once the pattern is created, okay, it will convert into the pattern object. Okay, now instead of the re.match, what we are doing, we are using the method object method to call the methods, and directly we are passing the target variable, okay, or target string. For example, here string was our target, so here directly we are passing, we are not creating the second. For example, I want to fetch the same pattern on different target, that is basically my target string is 1. Okay, okay, then in that case I can write string 1. Clear? Now for example, here I'm taking one example. Here it is mentioned that string 1. Okay, Chandrayaan 3 is a follow mission. Okay, follow on mission of Chandrayaan 2 to demonstrate end-to-end capability in safe landing, okay, and roving on the lunar surface. It consists lander and rover configuration. It will be launched by LVM3 from SDSC SAR Sriharikota. Okay, the propulsion module will carry the later and rover configuration till 100-kilometer lunar orbit, right? Now what we are doing, we are creating a pattern so that we can find out the 4 consecutive digits here. Okay, then after that what we are doing, we are compiling it. Okay, for you I have already mentioned the comment as well. Okay, so here what we are doing, re.compile, and inside that I am passing the pattern. What is the pattern? Means I want to find out 4 consecutive digits. Okay, done. Once it is done, it will convert into the re.pattern object. So if you check the type of this variable, it will be re.pattern. Okay, now once it is done, what we are doing, we are using the same pattern object to call any method name. I can call them find all, I can call the match, I can use the search, I can use the sub, I can use any method name. Okay, and then after that I'm directly using the str1. Okay, I'm directly using the str1. So basically if we check here, okay, if you check here, it is giving none. Why? Because in my data nowhere the 4 consecutive digits are present. For example, if I'm writing here 1020, okay, in this case it is giving the 1020 as my output. Okay, now if for example, if there is another string, okay, there is another string, means for example, just wait, let me take another example here. Okay, for example, here I'm using another target string. Okay, and what I'm doing here I'm using result, okay, is equal to regex underscore pattern, okay, dot find all. Okay, and in this time I am passing my target string. Okay, target string, and then after that I'm printing the result. Now 1993 is there. Can you please tell me where I have created any pattern here? I have not. Okay, here you can see in the find all method I'm not using the traditional syntax. Here I have clearly passed only the target string, and I have not taken I have not created any pattern here. Okay, I have not created any pattern here. Still my code is giving the output. Why? Because in the regex pattern I have already created a pattern object. And what was that? I want I was basically using the code so that we can find out four consecutive digits. And in here 1993 is the four consecutive digit here. Okay, for example, here another one. So here you can see there are two values out there. Okay, so that's why we are using the re.compile method, because the re-compile method okay, because the re.compile method is used to create a pattern. Then after that it will convert into the pattern object, which can be used for any another target string. Okay, we do not need to create multiple patterns, for we do not need to create the same pattern several times for different target string. Okay, so that's why we are using the compile method here. Clear? Okay, someone is saying, sir, I have a question, it's urgent. Yeah, can please mention your question here. Okay. Done. Okay, so we were explaining about the mm, okay, I was taking this example, right? So what we are doing here, re.compile. Okay, I'm using a re.compile to create a pattern, and the pattern is basically super. Okay, then after that in the parenthesis wo followed by star and man. What is the meaning here? It means here WA is basically a group here. Group means, okay, if the WO is present, then only it will be considered, not the W separately and the O separately. Here the WO is basically a group. Okay, it is basically a group of character. Now here what is the meaning of this? What is the meaning of this pattern? The meaning of this pattern is anything, okay, anything starting with super followed by zero or more occurrence of wo and ends with man. Okay, and ends with man, then we will find out the value. For example, here first I have created the pattern object, then after that I'm using the search, and here the adventures of Superman. Here just because 0 or 1 means 0 or more means either the wo can be present or it can be removed. Okay, so the wo is not present in the Superman, still it is giving me the output. And what is the output? The output is Superman. Okay, now inside that here I'm using the group method. Okay. Okay, someone is saying what is the pattern to extract the float values. Okay, so the float values, for that you can first create a number. Okay, just wait. Okay, someone is saying what is the number, right? So here it is 0 to 9. Okay, then followed by backslash dot, and then after that 0 to 9. Okay, basically this is one of the example. You can change it. Okay, there are different method as well to find out the float values. Clear? But there is no shortcut, you have to create your own pattern. Clear? Now now in the same way, here you can see the superwoman is there, again it is matching, right? But here if I'm writing wo two times, again it will give the output. Why? Because with the wo star symbol is present, that is basically used for the 0 or more repetition. Clear? Okay. Now we are talking about the group, because here we are using the group method, right? Why we are using the group method? What is the use of it? So basically the group method, okay, just because the re dot search method is using the re dot match method inside that, that's why whenever we are using the re dot search, it will give you only the output. Okay, it will give you the first occurrence, the first position where your pattern was matched as an output. Okay, it will not give you the detail of the remaining matched patterns. Okay, so for that we are using the group method. The group method basically returns the part of the string where there is a match. Okay, where there is a match. Now, we use the group method to extract each group result separately by specifying a group index in between the parentheses. Okay, we can pass the index value of the group that we have created. Okay, now capturing groups are numbered by counting their opening parentheses from left to right. Okay, now here one more important thing, whenever you are using the group, the index values are starts from 1, not from 0 as our traditional method. Okay, now for example, here what we are doing, okay, what we are doing here, APJ Abdul Kalam was an Indian aerospace scientist, also known as Missile Man or Missile 2 Man of India, right? Now I want to find out that W6 means exactly 6 times, means the exact 6 repetition, okay, continue repetition of the word character. So here you can see, okay, here you can see, here if I'm checking, I'm using the re dot search. So on the first occurrence, basically Indian is the place where the Indian was matched, right? Then after that aerospace is matched, scientist, and so many values are matched, but it is giving me the output, it is giving me the output only of the first occurrence, that is basically Indian, right? And whenever we are using the group method, it will give you the exact matched value. Earlier it is basically giving the object information, but now it is giving the exact matched value. Okay, now in the same way, here I am using backslash b and backslash b. Backslash b means starting with or the ending with. Okay, now here if I'm saying the missile, I want to just find out exact value. So here the missile is present at this place. Okay, and for that again I'm using the group object. Clear? Okay. Okay. Now we are not going to discuss about these 4 terms. Okay, now what is group here? Okay, we were talking about the group. So basically the group, I have already mentioned that wherever it is present inside the parenthesis, then it is basically used to create a group. Okay, and for that we have already mentioned about the meta character, where it was grouping by using the parenthesis, or you can say the round brackets, right? But the problem is that whenever we are capturing any group, okay, whenever we are trying to capture any group by using the re dot search method, then it is not giving the direct input. Okay, because it is giving you the information only about the first occurrence. Okay, so that's why we create a group by placing the regex pattern inside the set of parentheses, right? That we have already covered in the wo. Okay, wo is basically was a group that was placed inside, the round brackets, right? Now we can use the group method to extract each group separately by specifying the group index in between the parentheses, right? That I have already mentioned here. For example, I am creating one group here. Okay, what is the target string? The target string is Rohit Sharma has scored 43 centuries and 91 half centuries in his test career. Okay, now I am using the re dot search method and I am creating a pattern. Right now I am creating a pattern. What is the meaning of this pattern? Okay, what is the meaning of this pattern? So basically here first one is basically I am writing this group, and to represent this group, what I am doing, I am writing this pattern inside these round brackets. Okay, so basically this is one group. Okay, this is another group. Okay, this is another group. Okay, and this one is an another group. So here basically we have created 4 different groups. Okay, so now first you need to understand what is the meaning of this one. The meaning of this one is basically, okay, the meaning of this one is basically any word, okay, means the word, the first group inside the in the first group, it should be starting with digit followed by one or more occurrence. Okay, then after that it should be followed by anything except the line character, and then after that, after means, for example here the 43. Okay, 43 is a number which is basically starting with digit. Okay, which is basically starting with digit. Okay, followed by anything means any white spaces or anything except the new line character. Then second, what my second here my second group is where the value should be starting with capital A to capital Z. Okay, one or more occurrence of a digit, okay, or for word which is basically in a capital letter. Okay, then after that followed by anything, and the same pattern I'm repeating. So if I'm talking about what I am trying to find out, so basically I'm trying to find out this thing. So here, as per the first group, it is finding out all the words, all the digits. Okay, all the digits which is basically one or more occurrence starting with a digit and with one or more occurrence followed by anything. Okay, then followed by any word. Okay, one or more occurrence of the capital letter words, again followed by anything. Followed by anything means anything. Okay, till here. Then after that this comes here, again the digit should be starting with the word should be starting with digit one or more occurrence and followed by half centuries. Okay, so here what we are doing here, we are creating four different groups, okay, to fetch out these values. Clear? Now where you are using the result dot group, it means it will extract all matching groups. So what is the output? So the first match object is 43 as per the first group. As per the second group, the centuries is my output. During by using the third group, 91 is my output, and for the fourth group, half century is the output. Right? Now, okay. Now, for example, I want to extract the match value for group one. In that case, inside the group, I can pass the one. So for the one, it is 43. For the three, it is 91. Okay. But if I'm writing here 2 comma 3, then it means it will extract the value basically which is captured by group 2 and the group 3. That's why here the centuries and the 91 present as my output. Clear? Okay. Now so again the problem is same. Okay, what is the problem here? In the re.search method, if I want to create, if I want to find out four different occurrences, so for that I have to create four different groups. For example, here I am just repeating the same pattern here. Whatever the pattern is here, I am repeating the same thing here. Why? Because I want to 43 centuries again and then followed by 91 half centuries. Okay, so basically this is basically a flaw in re.search method, because whenever the first occurrence is find out, then only it will give the output. If I want to find out 10 different occurrences, then I have to repeat the same pattern 10 times, then only it will give the output, otherwise it will not give the output. So the solution is for that is find itr, because the search method will return only the first match of each group. Okay, first match of each group. But if a string contains the multiple occurrences of a regex group and you want to extract all matches, okay, all match means wherever the pattern is matched. Okay, so for that we are using the find iter method. Okay, find iter method. Okay, the find iter method finds all matches and returns as iterator. Okay, as iterator. Now once we are getting the pattern, we can iterate each match object and extract its values. It means we do not need to create the same pattern several times. Clear? Now one more thing, you cannot use the find itr method with find all method, because the find all method and the split method, they are basically returning the values in the list format. Okay, and you cannot use the group method with the list. So because to use the group method, you have to iterate over the values. Okay, now So what we are doing here, so here whatever the method we have created once, right? Here we have created two methods, right? Two groups here. That was basically repeated two times. First, there are two groups. Again, we have repeated two times. Why? Because at that time I want to capture these 4 units. But instead of doing here, what we are doing here, we are basically creating a single pattern here. Okay. I'm using re.compile. I am passing my group here. I am passing my pattern here. Okay, it will convert into the pattern object. Once it is created, I'm using the for loop, okay, to iterate over the values for match in pattern dot find itr. Okay, and then after that, inside that I'm passing the target string. So here the my this pattern will basically give me the output only this one, right? But just because I'm using the for loop, first and during the first iteration it will give 43 centuries, 91 and a half centuries. Clear? So that's why we are using the find itr method. Okay, for the second example, for a easy pattern, we are using only two patterns, either the player or the played. Okay, if I'm using re.search method, then definitely it will give the output of this place. Okay, but here I'm using the played as well. So what we can do, first we will create a pattern. Okay, re.find itr, I'm using player.played target string. Then after that I will use the for loop to iterate over this result. Okay, and I will print the output. Okay, so here you can see for the print object, during the first iteration player is detected as my matched object. So that's why here I'm getting the output as the position 21 to 27. Okay, and during the second iteration my output is basically played, because here it is getting here the pattern is matched. That's why here the start index value and the end index value is present here. Clear? Okay. Okay, now okay now now we are taking one more example. Okay, how to read the file. Can you please let me know whether you are aware about the open method or not? Okay, because we are already running late of, okay, what is that? Okay, we are already running out of the time. Okay, so can you please let me know whether you are aware about the open file or not? Okay, okay, that's fine. So basically open is a method. Okay, open is a method in Python that is basically used to create, to manipulate the data present inside the text file. Also you can close the file, you can read the data, you can append the data. Okay, so basically we are using the open method to perform different kind of operations on the text file. Okay, so what we are doing here we are using the open method so that we can open a text file, okay, as a file. When I'm writing, when I'm not mentioning anything, then by default it is reading the data. Okay, for example, if I want to write the data, then in that case I can mention w. Okay, for append a, for reading r. Okay, so in this way we are basically writing the, we are giving the permission, means what we want to perform inside the file. But if we are not passing anything, it means I'm just trying to read the data. So what we are doing with open is a syntax. Open is a method which is basically used to open a text file, and here I'm passing the path of my file. Means path means the location of the file where my file is present. Okay, then after that as is used for alias, and I'm giving a file name here, right? Then after that I'm using a for loop that will basically iterate over all the lines present in my text file. Okay, all the line. Okay, so line is basically one object here. Line is just a object or iterator which will iterate over the file. For example, in my file, if 10 lines are present, then in that case it will iterate the first line. During the second iteration it will read the second line. During the third iteration it will read the third line. During the fourth iteration it will read the fourth line, and so on. Okay, so during the first line what it is doing, it is using the re.findAll. Means I want to find out all occurrences of a file where my pattern is the pattern. Just wait a minute. Okay. Yes, read and open. Okay. So here I have created a pattern, and if you look at the pattern, okay, it is basically quite complex to understand. So what I'm going to explain how it is working here. So what is the meaning of pattern here? Pattern means HTTPS. Okay, means the value that I want to fetch out. It should be starting with HTTPS. Okay, HTTPS. Then after that I'm using the question mark. It means only zero or one repetition. Okay, not more than one, means HTTPS cannot be present more than one time. Okay, so sorry, HTTP then S, and after the HTTP it should be starting with HTTP then S, then after that question mark. It means the S. Okay, the S word should be present either one time or sorry, zero time or one time. So it means any URL that is basically starting with HTTP or the HTTPS can be only considered here. Okay, then after that it should be after the HTTP or HTTPS, the colon should be present here. Okay, the colon should be present. After the colon there should be two backslashes. Okay, there should be two backslashes should be present here. Okay, then after that, okay, then after that here it is again zero or more occurrences. Okay, zero or more occurrences. What here we are creating a group, and what is the group? Then after that, okay, after that anything, then after that colon, and inside that I am passing this one. What is the meaning of this one? It means it can take hyphen, or it can take any word character, or zero or more occurrence of word character. It means here, for example, here you can see here the my uh, my URL is starting with HTTPS followed by colon followed by two backslashes. Then after that anything, mean any word, SCIKIT followed by hyphen, because here I have mentioned here. Okay, it can be anything, it can be either word or hyphen. Then after that again one or more occurrence of the same thing, right? Done. Then after that .org. Clear? So it means anything can be present inside this one to create a pattern to find out the URL. Or I have also given one more pattern. What is the pattern? Basically this one is the compulsory one. Okay, this one is the compulsory one. Okay, after that either this should be present, this group should be present, or this group where the dot, then after that we can use the modulus can also be present there. Okay, then after that any digit, okay, followed by any A to J or capital A to J, 0 to 9, anything should be present, and the maximum occurrences is 2. Okay, now if you check here, so https colon backslash www.python.org. Okay, www.python.org is present here, or okay, and or here http.www here, because s was basically 0 or 1 occurrence, that's why here http is there, www.google.com. Then after that https colon scikit-learn.org. Clear? So that's why here we are using, okay, that's why here we are using this complex pattern to find out, okay, to find out the, or to extract the URL from the text file. Okay, to extract the URL from the text file. Okay, please let me know whether you are able to understand or not. Mr. Divit Raj Vashupilli, can you please let me know what you are not able to understand? Okay, someone is saying only two occurrences. Yeah, basically there here we have mentioned only two occurrences. Okay, here it is mentioned, but you need to understand that here we have created a group inside a group. Here we have created a group inside a group. Okay, for example, here the group was started. Okay, inside the group first pattern was this one. Then after that again we created inside the in for the or operator, again we created an or object. Okay, so that's why this group is basically present inside this group. Okay, this one is a single group here, this one is a single group here. Okay, inside this single group I have used two different patterns. First one is this one, and in the or condition I created one more group. Okay, okay, just wait and let me tell again. So basically I hope you are well aware about this part, right, where the string should be starting with https, and the s, for the s there is only 0 or 1 occurrence, not more than one. Okay, then after that it should be followed by colon, it should be followed by two backslashes. Clear? Now then after that what we are doing here, here we are creating one group here. Okay, we are creating one group from here to here. Okay, we are creating a group, and in the group, okay, in the group what we are doing, we are creating two patterns. Inside the group we are giving two patterns. What is the group, what is the first pattern? The first pattern is basically, okay, the first pattern is basically anything. Okay, anything can be present. Okay, anything can be present, either it can be any word character, means a to a, sorry, small a to capital A, or sorry, small a to small z, capital A to capital Z, 0 to 9, or underscore. Along with, we can also take hyphen in between the address, okay, the URL. Along with, we can also take the dot. Okay, we can also take the dot. Please remember that whenever anything is mentioned, okay, any meta character is mentioned inside the curly braces, then it is taking as an word. Means here I'm not taking zero or sorry, any occurrences except new line. What we are doing here, we are using the dot as a value here. Okay, so here any character, okay, any character, any word character along with hyphen can be present in the line, or, okay, in the or condition we are creating one more group. And what is the group? Inside this group we are saying anything, okay, anything that is basically starting with capital D, sorry, backslash D, means any digit, small a to capital A, small a to capital J, 0 to 9, but maximum occurrence of these things is only 2. Okay, maximum occurrence is basically maximum occurrence is 2, and we are taking one or more character, means one or more of these things. For example, if we are passing a capital 0 to 9, 0 to 9 or A to Z, then it cannot be repeated more than 2 times, otherwise it will give you the error. Okay, so here we are basically fixing the number of repetitions. Okay, and for this whole, okay, for this, okay, for this whole group we are using the plus operator, means the whatever the pattern is given inside the group, it can be repeated one or more than one time. Okay, so that's why here we are using this pattern in this way. I hope now you are able to understand. Just it is quite complex. Okay, that's why I'm giving you one, not 1 week, sorry, 1 week including your week off. Okay, to go through the recorded video of this session. We will also provide some questions, okay, for the practice purpose, so that you can first go through the recorded video, you can learn about the same, you can practice the questions. Okay, after 1 week, okay, after 1 week we will give you the assignment related to the regex. Okay. No, tomorrow is no tomorrow. For tomorrow there is no session for your batch. Okay. Okay, so if you allow, then can I take 30 more minutes to explain few more things, or that's fine for today? Okay, so basically, uh, okay, okay, done for today. Okay, that's fine for today. Okay, okay, okay. So basically, I'm taking only 30 more minutes. Okay, those who want to leave the session, they can leave the session and they can watch the recorded video. Those who want to join the session, those who want to uh, sit for 34 minutes, please just give 30 more minutes. Okay, I'm not going to take more than 30 minutes, and I will explain you few more things. Okay, that is basically related to your regex. So okay, so we have learned about how to use the regex in text file. We have learned about the regex, how to create patterns, how to find out, manipulate, distribute, sorry, split, right? Then after that, how to substitute, how to find, right, the patterns in a list, sorry, in a list of a string, in a string, right, in a text file. But now how we can use the regular expression in pandas? Okay, that is basically a big concept, because whenever you are doing the pre-processing, so while doing the pre-processing, you are using the pandas, right? So if you're not able to use the regex in with pandas, then definitely it will be very difficult for you. So that's why I'm just going to explain only three examples. Okay, only three examples where you can sorry, three functions, so that you can know how to use them. Because in the web scraping, for the coming sessions, for the coming weeks, we are going to teach you how to web scrap the data, what different methods are there. Okay, again, you can also use the same regex regular expressions for the web scraping part as well. Okay, so here what we are doing, in the pandas contain several functions, okay, that support the pattern matching with regex. Okay, you can also use the traditional or basic math, basic python codes or basic pandas libraries to do the pre-processing and to perform the same task. But you can also use the regular expressions. Okay, so for example, here there are three basic methods. First one is series.str contains, second one is series.str extract, and the third one is series.str replace. Okay, so for example, the first one is pandas series str contains. Okay, this function is used to test if the pattern is contained within a string or not. Okay, for example, we were using the find all method. Okay, that was basically used to find out all the it is used to find all the patterns. Okay, like just wait a minute. Okay, basically we were using the find all method so that we can find out all the matched patterns in a string. Okay, so in the same way, we are using the series.str.contains, which is used to find out if the pattern or the regex pattern is contained within a string or not. Okay, this function this function basically returns true or false based on the value. If it is matched, then it will true. If it is not matched, then it will give the false. Okay, so for example, here the syntax is series.str.contains, then pat is basically used for the pattern. Case is equal to true means whether you want to use the case sensitiveness or not. Okay, then flag is equal to 0. Basically it is used to pass the flag. For example, I want to ignore the case sensitiveness. Okay, then in that case I can use the flag. N is equal to nan, it means if I want to fill the nan values. Okay, if I want to fill the values for the missing values, then I can use the na.nan. Regex is equal to true means whatever the pattern we are passing, it will be considered as a regular expressions, otherwise it will be taken as a normal string. Okay, so for example, here I'm creating one data frame by using the dictionary where city is my key and the Newark, Park, New Delhi, Venice, New Orleans are basically my values. Okay, so here there are three keys: city, event, and the cost. Okay, and we are creating one data frame. So here, for example, I want to find out whether any string, okay, any string that is basically or any value in the city column, any value is present with starting with n, okay, capital N. Then in that case, what we are using df city, okay, because I want to perform the operation on the city column. Then after that dot str dot contains, and here I'm passing the pattern. Okay, here I'm passing the pattern that is basically starting with capital N followed by anything, zero or more occurrence of anything except the new line character. And case is equal to false, it means I don't want to consider, okay, I don't want to consider the case sensitiveness. That's why here for the Newark the pattern is matched true. For Prague, no, false. For New Delhi, because just because the n is in small letter, but here I'm not checking the case sensitiveness, that's why here it is true. For the false, again Venice, and for the New Orleans, again it is true. Okay, so in this way basically we can apply on the data frame to find out whether any exact value, okay, or anything that is basically starting with or any another by using any other pattern we can find out. Okay, now, okay, now if you are using case is equal to true, then definitely wherever the starting with small n, it will give you false. Okay, now in the same way, for example, I want to fetch out the data based on some input. Okay, for example, I want to fetch out all the data from my data frame where the city is starting with capital N followed by, okay, followed by anything except my new line character. So in that case, what we are doing here, we are using the df. Okay, inside that df.city, what we are doing basically first we are using the same code. Okay, the same code basically which were here. Now is equal to true, it means whatever the condition we are passing here, okay, whatever the condition we are passing, we are considering this as a regular expression, and then after that I'm using df. Okay, it means, what does it mean? It means I want to fetch all the values from my whole data frame, from my whole data frame based on the given pattern. Okay, based on the given pattern which is basically matched in the city column. So for the city column here case was false, so for this Newark is matched, New Delhi and New Orleans is matched. So I am fetching all the data for city, event, and the cost. Clear? Okay, now what if I'm reading the data from the CSV file? Okay, here I'm reading a data that is basically using the Titanic train CSV file, right? Here passenger ID, survived, P, class, name, sex, there are so many columns are present here. Now here I want to find out the few details based on my pattern. For example, here what I'm doing here I am creating a pattern to find out any value. Okay, find out any value which is basically starting with c dot a in the ticket column. So here you can see there is a ticket column. Okay, there is a here ticket column. Here you can see there are main tickets a slash 5 pc stone, right, 113 numbers are there, right? But I want to find out the values which are basically exactly starting with the same value. For example, here I'm creating a pattern, and what is the pattern? The pattern is C. Okay, the pattern is the string should be starting with C followed by backslash dot. Backslash dot means here the dot, the meaning of the dot is changed. Why? Because I have already mentioned that whenever you are using the backslash, it means it is creating a special sequence or it is removing the meaning of a special sequence. So basically earlier the dot was used to find out the all character except the new line character, but just because here I'm using the backslash, then here the dot will be considered as a normal dot. Okay, because it is removing the special meaning or special status of the dot. Okay, it means the string should be starting with C followed by dot. Okay, followed by dot means 0 or 1 occurrence, not more than one. Either the dot should be present or it should not be present. Okay, then followed by capital A, followed by again dot. Again it should be, it can be present one or two times. So here I'm applying on the df dot ticket. Okay, I am applying on the ticket column dot str dot contains, and the pattern is there. Now if I'm checking the first 10 values, so here you can see for the first value the ticket id is starting with c, followed by dot, followed by capital A, followed by dot, and then anything. Okay, now in the same way here c dot a, but check at the 59th value. Here the ticket id is starting with c, but there is no dot. Okay, because why? Because here I have used the question mark. Okay, which is basically restricting to either 0 or 1. Okay, so here ca, after a there is no dot. Clear? In the same way we are basically fetching the data. Okay, now okay, if I want to find out the number of total values, so I am basically taking the sum of it. So basically at the 42 positions where my pattern is matched in my data frame. Clear? Okay, now in the same way pandas dot series dot str dot extract, that is basically second method. It is used to extract the capture group in the regex pattern as column in the data frame. Okay, means whenever we are capturing the data and we want to store in a data frame, we can store them. Okay, for each subject string in series, extract group from the first match of regular expression. For example, here the series is series dot str dot extract. Pat is basically pattern, flag is for the flags. Okay, whether by default it is 0. Expand is equal to true. If you are writing expand is equal to true, then it will add one more column with the extracted data in your data frame. Okay, that's why here it is mentioned if true, return data frame with one new column per capture group. If you are using different groups, you are created 6 groups, then it will add 6 columns. Okay, if you are not adding true is like expand is not is equal to true, then it will not add. Okay, so here for example I am applying the same, I am using on the same data, that is basically df name. So what we are doing here, df name dot sample 5. Okay, so here you can see I'm just taking a sample of like 5 samples. Okay, sample of 5 data where on the name column. So here you can see session Mr. Johnson. So from this we can find out, okay, this one is basically the last name, Mr. is basically used. Okay, then after that this is the real name. For the this one young, okay, Miss dot Mary Grice, then Sorny Mr. dot Charles Joseph, then after that and so on, right? Now what I want to do, I want to extract unique titles such as Mr., Miss and Mrs. from the passenger name. Okay, I want to find out, I want to extract the title such as Mr., Miss or Mrs. from the passenger name. Then what I can do, I am writing pattern is equal to backslash s, means any white spaces. Okay, then after that I am creating a group. In the group I have clearly mentioned that one or more occurrence of word character followed by dot, followed by dot. Here why? Because dot means, because before the dot I have used the backslash, so it is cancelling the special meaning of the dot. So here the dot means a normal dot. Okay, so here it will remove, it will consider all, sorry, it will consider all the white space followed by any word character, means one or more occurrence of the word character followed by dot. Okay, name, and I want to find out the pattern. Extract pattern I'm taking, expand is equal to false, it means I don't want to add any new column based on the output. Now here you can see I'm taking the value count function. Okay, so that I can count out, I can count, okay, how many times each uh, surname, or sorry, each titles are basically repeating. So here you can see the Mr. is repeated 517 times, Miss repeated 182 times, Mrs repeated 125 times, Master repeated 40 times, Doctor repeated 7 times, and so on. Okay, so in this way we can do the. Okay, so someone is saying, can we write W plus without parentheses? Yes, you can use, but here I am considering this one as a group here. Okay, I am just finding out. If you are not using the group here, then definitely you will be able to find out everything. Even before that, before Mr., something is also present here. Okay, so that's why what we are doing, we are first extracting the white space, then after that we are creating a group where it should be any character and followed by dot. You can remove it, okay, but definitely it will make the changes. Clear? Okay, now then, okay, now in the same way, for example, I want to store them in a different column. So here what we are doing, for example, I want to find out the last name as well as my first name with the title. So how we can find out? So here what we are doing, here we are creating a group. Again, we are creating a pattern. And what is the meaning of pattern here? First we are creating a group. Okay, you need to understand that it is very important to create a group when you are not able to justify something. For example, here the names, if you check the names are basically brown, then after that it is followed by comma, then followed by white spaces, then title, then after that again white space, then the name is there, right? And for this person you can see Cummings, then comma, then after that Mrs., then dot, and then after that now name is there, then after that white space, and again something is present inside the round brackets, right? So in such cases you need to create a group, because if you're not creating a group, then definitely extract. Okay, first of all you need to understand that the extract is basically working in a same way that your search method was working. So if there are multiple occurrences are there, then definitely it will give you the output that is basically it is getting on the first occurrence. Okay, so that's why it is very important to create a group. First thing. Second thing, whenever you are creating a group, it makes easy to identify the object. Okay, because for example, if I'm creating a group, if I'm not creating a group, then in that case you have to create a pattern for this as well. Okay, because the dot is present, right? Then after that your round brackets is present. So in this, so for that we are creating a group. For example, here what I'm doing, here I'm creating a group. Okay, and I'm mentioning that, okay, I'm mentioning that instead of the Cummings it can be anything. Okay, I'm just creating a group. And what is the group? The group is basically any word character, one or more occurrence of any character, followed by comma. Okay, followed by comma, then followed by white space. Okay, then after that, after the white space, again I'm creating one group. And what is the group? It can be anything. Okay, it can be any word character, followed by dot, followed by white spaces. Okay, and then after that followed by one or more occurrence. Okay, one or more occurrence of the word character, and then followed by anything, zero or more occurrence of anything. So here if I'm using the dot, here I'm using the dot, it means I am considering this round brackets as well. Okay, so what we are doing here, we are creating basically two groups. First group is basically for this value, for this value. Okay, and okay, for this value from the brown only. Okay, for the second group we are taking everything, even first name and the second name. If you want to create one more group, that is basically one for title, and the third one is for your like your first name, then again you can create different group. Okay, so what we are doing here, so we are doing the same thing. And what we are doing, flags is equal to re dot I. Re dot I means I am ignoring the case statements. Okay, now here str dot exact, okay, extract pat is there. And then after that, on the basis of that, okay, one more thing, why we are using the group. By using the group in pandas, what I'm doing, I can store the values in different columns. Like here you can see, for the first group I am storing the value in a new column. For the second group I am storing the value in a new group. Okay, if you are not using, then it will be bit difficult for you to store the values, because here you need to divide the values. Okay, so whenever we are grouping the data, it means we can check that particular output separately. But if you're not creating the group, then it will be considered as a single pattern, and inside the single pattern whatever the values there, exactly it should be matched. Okay, and you cannot check the output of a particular group or a part of the output. Okay, so that's why we are also using the group, so that we can find out the output of the, sorry, we can find out, we can fetch out the part of a group, like in the previous example, right? Here, okay, so here what we were doing here, basically we were using the group method, right? Group 1 and group 2, basically this was basically a single pattern, right? It was a single pattern. right? But what we were doing, we were using the group method so that we can find out the output. Basically it will give the output. If I'm say, okay, just wait, let me tell you how it will give the output. Okay, so what it is giving, group 43 centuries, then after that centuries, 91 half centuries, then half centuries. Okay, now just wait. Okay, what is the output? Output is 43 centuries and then 91 half centuries. Okay, because during the first iteration, this output, this group was basically this whole pattern was matching this condition. Okay, this values in your target string, and it was giving the output, right? Second iteration, it was giving for this output, right? That's fine. But now I want to find out the output. I want to see the output of this group, only the 43. I don't want to see for the whole, doesn't matter. I'm using the whole pattern. Okay, so in that case it will be difficult for me. But here if I'm writing group 1 directly, I'm writing group 1 43, because for the first, during the first occurrence, during the first match, my 43 was the output of my first group. That's why I'm able to find out the specific value 43. Okay, if I want to find out the second, then I can go for the second one, centuries, half centuries. Okay, so in the same way we are using the group basically when we want to find, whenever we want to fetch out the values for a particular group, not for the entire pattern. Okay. Mr. Jayadatta, can you please let me know what is your exact query, because you have just mentioned the question mark, and if you're just mentioning the question mark, then definitely I will not be able to understand your concern. Okay, then okay, then the last one is pandas dot series dot star replace. Basically it is working same as the substitute method. Okay, where we are basically replacing the values whenever the pattern is matched. Okay, so here the syntax is series dot str dot replace. Okay, pattern, then the replacement value n is equal to -1. Okay, n is equal to -1 means it will maximum number of replacement. If it is n is equal to -1, then it means it will replace all the values. Okay, then after that case is equal to none, flags and regex is equal to 2 is basically to give to whatever the pattern you are passing, it should be considered as a regular expression. Okay, now for example here what I'm doing here I'm using pattern and I want to replace all titles. Okay, okay, all the titles with the capital letter. Okay, so for that what we are doing here, we are writing a pattern that is basically starting with white spaces followed by any word character, one or more occurrence of the word character, followed by dot. Okay, if it is present, what we are doing, we are using the start dot replace method, and here we are using the, in the replace method we are using the pattern, and in place of the replacement value we are using the lambda. I hope you have heard about the lambda function. That is basically an anonymous function which is used, okay, to replace, how means it is replacing the title by taking them, by grouping them, and then after that it is converting into the uppercase. So that's why if you check here, Mr. Okay, the Mr. is basically now in capital letter. Okay, the Miss is in capital letter, Mrs. is in capital letter. Okay, so that's why we are using the replacing method so that we can replace the values. Okay, so what we are doing here, we are replacing all the titles with the capital letters. Clear? Please let me know. Okay, so that's it for the today. Okay, so I'm giving you whole 1 week including your week off, okay, to go through the recorded video. Just go through the recorded video, watch. Okay, it might be difficult for like few things to understand in a first time, so watch the recorded video several times, and then after that practice all the concepts. Okay, we will also provide the question by tomorrow morning so that you can practice the concepts, and after 1 week we will give you the assignment related to the regex. No, 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 no. We will not provide the PDF. No, we will not provide the notebook either in PDF format or in IPYNB format. Okay, you have to watch the recorded video and you have to make your own notebooks. For the recorded video, where you can find the recorded video, please connect with your institute, because we will share the recorded video of this session with your institute, and they will upload in their website or any kind of application which they are using. Clear? Okay. Okay, where we will get the update of the study assignment. Basically, that is not the assignment. That is basically we are providing the question, okay, which you can use for the practice purpose, and it will be provided in the comment section of your PMT portal. Okay. Okay, what is saying? Rachya Kanti, can you please explain your query, because I'm not able to understand what you are saying. Okay, if the last session video is not provided by your institute, then please connect with your institute. Okay, because we have already shared the recorded video of the session with your institute. Okay. Okay, there is, okay, someone is saying, okay, there is uploaded. Okay, so if it is uploaded, then please connect with the your institute. They will let you know where you can find the recorded video of our sessions. Clear? Okay, so that's it for the today. Thank you so much everyone for joining the session. I hope you will go through the recorded video, because I have already mentioned that in whenever we will give any assignment or task, we will only help you with the approach, not with the code and solution with the errors. Okay, we will not directly help you. So first go through them, go through the recorded video, learn about it, and then after that perform well in assignment, because whatever the assignment, task and project we are giving, for every task, assignment and projects, your performance will be calculated, and the same performance report will be shared with your institute. Okay, so there your institute can use the same report as they want. Okay, we don't have any restriction. They have asked to share the performance report, so definitely we will share the performance report with your institute. Clear? Someone is saying again, where can we see the recording, please? Okay, I have already mentioned that. Okay, for where you can see the recording, I am not aware about the tool used by your institute. Okay, or any website application, whatever they are using. We will share the recording video of this session with them. They will upload in their profile or in their account and their application. So please connect with them. Yeah, you can leave the session. Okay, so that's it for the today. I'm wrapping up this session for today, and thank you everyone for joining the session and for your patience.